Well, what is this bullshit here? Well, hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm all the way on the right side. Whitey's hosting the show apparently, and yeah. Well, we're back. Another episode of Mischief Mayhem movie, episode 27, and we do have some special guests again to talk about a actual good multiverse movie. Even though I'm sick of multiverse, I'm tired of hearing about the fucking multiverse. I don't want to hear about the multiverse anymore. This movie did it well, most of it. Most of the time they did it well. And we are going to talk about No Way Home. Spider-Man 2021 movie came out, made a shit ton of money, brought people back from that fake virus that was out for a while. And basically, we can get into that here in a minute, but I just want to go ahead and welcome our guests. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and thank the Movie Cynic again for coming back after only being here for an hour of last week and then hearing about it after, but he's always welcome here. So how you doing, Mr. Cynic?
I'm good. Is there anyone that hates this movie here? I want to make this one as exciting as last
I don't
week.
think there's actual hate. There might be some dislike, but not.
There's no hate. It's just meh for me.
All right.
Yeah, I think a whole lot of meh for most of this panel, to be fair.
A lot of meh in this movie. But anyway, and then we also have Shieldwall of Dragons coming back for his return. Mr. Shieldwall, how you doing, sir?
Hey, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Happy to be here. Talk about this.
Appreciate you coming back, buddy. And then we have a new guest, Bagface. Been wanting to get on the show for a while. As you can see, he's the token black guy. I got him on for more diversity because we had Vex, but I need more. So how you doing, Mr. Bagface?
I'm good. Do you edit those intros? Was that you?
I made that today. Yeah.
Oh, so good. Well done.
Thank you.
Round of applause. So good.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. I had to get the approval from Vex first though before I actually put it on the show.
He's also Canadian, by the way.
Who's Canadian? Oh yeah, that's right.
Won't hold that against
streams
you.
with Canadians today.
No wonder I'm on top.
Are you guys getting ready to do the Wonder Twins thing? Canadian powers, go.
We actually have another guest who's supposed
There
to
you
be
go.
on soon. He's just running late, but we'll get him on as soon as he comes in, of course. And then White Bear, how's it going, you luscious marshmallow?
Oh, just drinking my coffee here. Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Is that dark roast coffee?
No. I keep it light.
Of course you would.
Is it whatever quarter pussy is selling? Is that what you're drinking?
No. I totally gave that up. I totally gave every bit of that up.
And then, of course, the one and only Vex Electronica. How are you, dear?
It's been a day. This is my third stream today now.
Yeah. God, you've been a busy lady, but that's good. It means people actually like you, see?
I know.
Wow. Yeah.
You all are crazy.
Yeah, we learned that a long time ago, but we just feel bad for you now. So, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the plot of the movie, scrub through, and just talk about it, have fun. Hopefully, there's no punches thrown, but that would make an entertaining stream. But, yeah. So, Spider-Man: No Way Home. I just real quick, I remember when I first saw this movie, I actually liked it a lot. And then, it's funny when you rewatch a movie and you rewatch it again, you're like, oh, yeah, how did I not pick up this? And how did I pick up this?
Yeah.
I do not like the first half of this movie at all. I think it has moments that are good, but it does the typical Marvel thing where it's just everything's a joke. It's very just hammy and typical Gen Z shit. And there's just a lot going on. And I think the movie gets really, really good when it gets dark halfway through and things change. And the whole tone of the movie completely changes. You still have those moments. There's characters I don't like in this movie that are obnoxious as hell. I'm not a big Zendaya fan, even though I think this is probably the least obnoxious role out of these three movies that she's played. She's actually supportive of him in this movie, but we'll get into all that. But I don't know how everybody else feels, but we'll scrub through and get through this. And, yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with anything after Endgame. Obviously, this movie brought people back to the movie theaters, and yeah, I mean, it made a shit ton of money. Does everybody remember how much money this movie? Well, we'll get into that.
It hit 1.9.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Wow.
Didn't get released in China or would have hit that coveted $2 billion.
Yeah,
Shoot,
did
wow.
very well. Yeah, so obviously the movie ends. What was the name of the second movie? It's how much I don't care. Okay. Yeah. Kind of leads right after that, obviously, where they give up Peter's identity. So what do we think about how this movie opens up? Go ahead, Vex, please.
Sorry. The fat bitch that knocks Peter out of the way. Hilarious. That's all.
Yeah. He hit me. Spider-Man hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious commentary.
Right. No, but she just like she butts in there. She's like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. And then he just like gently nudges past her. She's like, oh, you've punched me. Spider-Man punched me.
Yeah.
I was like, if that is not
typical,
if that is not a commentary.
Yeah.
You can't really you can't miss her in this shot. If you look really careful, it's like finding where it's not where's Waldo, where's Waldo. There you go.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. The great
Holy Jesus! I literally glanced down and I saw it immediately.
You don't. It's not hard to find, but yeah. Again, it starts off and then it does, like I said, the typical Marvel shit here. And okay, fine. So obviously he's got to get away because everybody's looking for him and this fucking guy. So he's trying to get away. He goes to his apartment where fucking poor Happy just got dumped by Marisa Tomei, and I don't know how many people here would be upset if they got dumped by Marisa Tomei though, because she is a fine woman even at her age.
Let's be real. She would have never got with this dude in the first place.
Probably not.
Oh, she's 5'4", and she probably has problems, and he can represent a father figure. It's happened.
I was gonna say, like, the way this entire incarnation of fucking May is literally just a modern woman on the screen. There's no mention of Ben, her husband, which I'm gonna just assume still existed in this universe at one point.
He was mentioned in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
She is just kind of like defaulting onto this random chubby dude because he's probably got money or is convenient. She's only having flings at what is presumably her 50th year at this point now as well. And she doesn't seem to have any sort of social circle aside from, weird Thai food outings from previous movies and drinking a lot of wine. So
yeah. I don't love her as here's our next guest. Actually, Andrew. Hello, sir. I don't even know if he's on. Are you on?
Am I here?
I hear you. I just don't see
you're somewhat here. Your camera is not connected.
Yeah, your camera seems like
my camera's in its bag. All right, I just got back.
Okay, that's fine. We can hear your lovely voice. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
All right.
We were just talking about Marisa Tomei and how hot she is. That's all.
Bro, for real. Yeah. This movie's already won.
He loves cougars. Listen to him.
Andrew's mustache quakes.
Yeah, so obviously, it's written there. I mean, the beginning is pretty self-explanatory. They get in as a half-naked Tom Holland for all the females, younger females in the audience.
Oh, that's weird because he's a teenager here. So
how old is he though?
He's like 25 IRL.
Yeah, I am like really impressed with his quads.
Yeah, right.
Just from
he's got
his quads are like dope. I'm like talking to my trainer. How do I get Tom Holland level quads?
Well, he does gymnastics like for real. He can do like flips and stuff. So
that's interesting. Well, you got to become a movie star, and then I guess you can work out with a personal trainer 6 hours a day every day.
I cannot afford that.
Thank you. I mean, honestly, yeah, but yeah, he's got some stuff going on there, and then obviously the breaking news comes in, and they're learning about what's going on.
Just a preface. Remember at the end of Spider-Man: Far From Home, he was fighting Mysterio, and then Mysterio reveals like Spider-Man is Peter Parker. So it's picking up literally
right after that.
Yeah,
where his identity is revealed. He's Peter Parker, and everybody's this fucking Joe Jonah Jameson. This guy, he's hilarious.
Yeah, and this is supposed to be a little play on like some Alex Jones level shit. InfoWars. Yeah.
I even like.
Yeah, he even does a vitamin supplement. Right?
Yeah, it is my supplement.
That's the only thing you need in your day.
And actually, I really like how the beginning of this movie's paced. Like, I feel like instead of trying to start the movie in a way that a typical Marvel movie would start, they just lean into the tension that was built off of the last one and like let it roll over, which I thought was a smart play. It would have been really weird if they had toned it back or like pulled back on the energy, like tried to build it back from a start.
Right.
Yeah,
that is a good point.
The thing about all of these Spider-Man movies they're not putting a numeral on them. It's not like Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. They each have their own different title. So, which I think
kind of mixed up on that.
Yeah, but some people might think that they're standalone movies when they're not, because if you haven't seen the one before this, you kind of don't really know what's going on. It feeds it to you, but it's not the same. So
Right.
I see that in a lot of movies these days. Obviously, if it's a sequel, you have to have seen the one before, ideally, to get it. But now movies are doing stuff where if you haven't read the 10 comic book series that came out prior, you have no idea what the hell is going on.
Oh, you mean like Batman versus Superman?
Source.
Yeah.
I actually saw this one before. I saw the one before, or Homecoming. Like that was a weird way to get into it, and it made me want to watch the movie before and have the movie before.
So I think that's kind of it's a necessary thing, but it can also be a flaw with some of these movies where they rely too much on the fact that you've watched some previous stuff or read something in the past or know who Spider-Man is to begin with in order to get any real value out of the movie.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a big problem with, especially with Disney and Star Wars and all this other shit they have. You have to watch 80,000 hours of something, or it's just ridiculous. But hey, we don't understand. We just don't understand the source material. Apparently,
small brain.
Huh? We don't understand.
We don't understand. We don't get.
God, I wish I could fucking mute you.
No. Who did he say that to, by the way? I forget.
Vex.
To Vex.
Wow.
Because she's a woman.
Really?
Yeah.
We all.
He didn't even say it to me. I'm offended.
Very
Called you a
Nah.
fucking elitist, though.
Yeah,
He did.
he patted his back for you. Yeah.
Yeah, you're an elitist.
Community
You went to
college
community
elitist.
college.
Ah.
I'm not an elite. I don't talk down to people. You went to community college. You're a piece of shit, though.
Fucking loser. True.
What? Anyway, yeah. So the public, they spin this really quick. So like they're talking about how the technology that Mysterio used was from Stark Industries, I believe, and they just spin this whole Mysterio thing, and people are turning on Spider-Man. Like, oh, we believe Mysterio, we love him, and you're a piece of shit now. It's like, well, okay.
Which honestly doesn't make any sense because like the Avengers have been otherwise praised for most of the time, aside from everything that goes down with the Sokovia Accords and like Civil War, right? That's really the only time we see negative press on any of these characters.
Right, and that's why I've gone round and round with a few people on the whole Sokovia Accords and how that's a whole nother stream. The point is
that's when we get to Captain America and Civil War.
Right, but the point is that you're right. It's like he's doing all these good things, and then people will just, as a snap of a hat, be like he's evil. Oh, wait a second, that's how normal life is. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually sounds pretty accurate.
That's pretty much the internet these days.
Yeah, whatever TikTok tells them to do.
Is Andrew going to be okay because this is not a Spider-Verse movie? Like, is it? We know you love Across the Spider-Verse.
Listen,
technically, it is.
Well, it is, but like, it's not that movie though. Like,
I mean, I rewatched this movie and then I was like, this didn't really age as well as I thought. So then I watched Into the Spider-Verse and I'm like, man,
he's whole again.
That's still 10 out of 10.
He was.
I was like, hey.
Was right again.
I agree with Jacob's comment that you just highlighted. A lot of people have seen the movie, but only seen it once.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Because, we'll get into it.
Yeah, and then so they're being interrogated by this government agency, and is everybody in this panel hate this character, Ned?
Just to point out as well,
yes,
as they're walking May and MJ in, both of this is again where they kind of set the tone that just every man in this movie is a fucking idiot because every woman is just miles above everyone else. Don't talk to a lawyer. They both yell at him. Even later on when you see MJ getting interrogated right before Ned here, she's all, trying to play coy and being the smart one. But meanwhile, Ned's just fucking spilling out secrets like he's a tip over bucket, like nothing at all.
He's a man, baby.
But that's because that's Ned's character anyway. He's always
Ned is just an idiot.
Yeah.
He's a dumbass.
He does not have brown magic.
In defense of Zendaya, she's black in New York. So I think like after you learn how to say hello to your parents, they tell you not to talk to cops. It's like the fucking thing you learn in your life.
True.
What's up, Abomination? Andrew Garfield. People love Andrew Garfield. I tell you what, he did win some people back over after this movie.
Yeah, I think people loved him more than they cared about Tobey Maguire coming back.
Yeah.
Really?
Which is weird.
I did.
Because, yeah, before this movie came out, everyone was like, "Oh, Andrew Garfield's like the worst Spider-Man." I'm like, "No, he was a fucking great Spider-Man."
I don't think any of them were bad. I just
the movies were just
they're nearing the end.
Andrew Garfield is like Henry Cavill for Superman. He's a great
just in the wrong project
actor to play the role, but like, man, they never gave him anything to work with.
I tell you what, Garfield's he's a damn good actor.
Yeah, he's great in
everything.
I forgot everything that he was in. Just
and we'll get to
my mind is like, I don't even know why I'm here.
I'll be honest with you.
Because I invited you.
I'd rather see Daredevil in this movie, like way longer.
Yeah, that was so. Obviously, it was teased with a lot of cameos. Everybody knew what was going to happen in this movie, but this was a nice one. Seeing Murdock come back as Daredevil. If you like the Daredevil show from Netflix, yeah, I mean, it was cool. I knew he was in it because you hear things on the internet before the movie comes out. It's hard to hide all these secrets these days, but it was cool seeing him on stream. And he kind of goes through everything here. He tells Peter how he's out of his legal trouble, but now they're looking into Happy because he's part of Stark Industries. And then a brick comes through the window, and he does his Murdoch shit with his super senses. And catches it, and it's impressive, obviously, to Peter. But they have to go to a new location in Long Island. Now, I am from New York. I have family there. Long Island is not this nice looking.
I think most places are not as nice as they
parts
look in the movies.
are, but in Marvel movies, things are just always prettier than they.
Well, they got an Instagram filter on the whole.
Everything is shiny.
Yeah.
Isn't Peter supposed to be broke? Like Peter and May are supposed to be broke, and their apartment in New York is like 3 bedrooms.
Really nice.
It's like $5,500 a month, probably or more. Maybe more.
Like, literally.
Wait, where does she work in this movie?
She runs a nonprofit organization.
So
she's
she
talking the fuck out of that money.
If you're running a nonprofit, trust me, you have some fucking money.
You do have money. Yeah, that is true.
I worked for a nonprofit, and they said, I remember the first meeting ever, and he's like, "Yeah, we're nonprofit. Doesn't mean we don't like it." And I was like, "Oh,
yeah, that's how that works." Huh?
That's why that.
So no money doesn't actually mean no money.
Slaves built this nonprofit,
and they go to Happy's condo, which is actually pretty fucking nice. Anybody who has a basketball hoop on their stairs, and all the
I do not believe
that Happy's is nice.
Yeah,
I do not believe that Happy plays basketball. I'm sorry.
No, he doesn't look like he plays.
He just sits on the couch and throws the ball. That's all.
Just hopes somebody will come over and thinks he's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they find the magic box.
Yeah, the magic box that can build everything that Stark.
Yeah, the Stark box that is the problem solver box.
Can magically solve everybody's problems that they have in 20 years of movies. But then you get this touching moment where they're FaceTiming each other and. How are you going to feel about going to school?
Like this. I thought the cinematography was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. It's a good character building.
Yeah,
I like this shot. That shot.
Go back.
Both of them.
Oh,
go back 10 seconds.
Yeah, right there.
Good.
This is good.
Yeah.
Good cinematography. I like it.
Yeah. It was good.
And Hedges over there with CPAP.
I got a question for Andrew. Like a technical question. Do you think they're using actual cell phone footage, or do you think they have like cameras on them and then they're like imposing it? Because it's definitely not shots of the screen, but it looks like they're both looking at cell phone footage. I've always wondered.
It's probably like, So the way they did it was they're both holding phones with just green screens.
Yeah.
And then they're just imposing whatever footage that they have, which is probably high-tech camera footage. And then they just put it through a bunch of filters to make it look like it's from an iPhone.
That would make more sense. Yeah.
You sound like an elitist.
I do.
Yeah.
Why do you know so much?
God, community college, man.
Where's your Emmy Award?
Where's your $1 million movie deal?
Where's your big movie? Poor Pete.
Question. Also, I have another question, just because that shot you were on.
Yeah.
Does anybody think they're setting up Betty Brant to be like the Gwen Stacy of this universe with that line? Because she calls him Tiger.
Yeah.
It rang off so many bells in my brain.
I don't know.
Go get him, Tiger.
know.
That is like the most iconic MJ line. Am I mistaken?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, they just throw it in as an Easter egg.
I don't think
But it's
the
just in
actress
case-
is that great to be the next love interest.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
in case Zendaya decides to drop out of any other movies, and they're like, "Well, we got to kill that bitch off." And
Well, they already killed her off pretty much. She's like,
No, she
Aren't-
signed up for
aren't-
the next one, didn't she?
Aren't
I
they
heard that
making
she was.
another one now? Yeah.
No,
said
they're totally
that's
making another one.
that's
Yeah,
a
he's-
whole
they
he's
better
like
make another one. That's a
1.9
moneymaker, baby.
I love how
Oh, yeah.
Tom Holland's trying to act like he's not coming back after making a $2 billion film. He's like, well, I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he had a
just
really
trying to
good
make that
ending.
bag,
It
bro.
It has to be a good script. It has to be a great
No,
script.
Holland's brothers are like, do it again, dude.
I like how he says it has to be a good script, even though you look at any of his projects that are not
He does
MCU
not
related.
sign on to good script.
Bro,
That dude
get
needs to
a new
fire
agent,
his
brother.
agent.
No, I mean,
Yeah, I'm very
Bro, hire
picky
me.
now.
Is there any movie outside of Spider-Man he's in that was actually good?
Mm.
No, right?
He's
No.
been in
Yeah.
other movies besides.
There was a
Yeah.
trailer for there was an Apple movie
TV
or
show, right?
TV show. It was called
That
Cherry
shit
or
got
something.
wrecked on Rotten
Was
Tomatoes.
it was it
he was in
good?
I
It looked
haven't watched
interesting. It's
Well,
like
the
an
thing-
ex-military man turned.
He was in a
bank
Netflix
robber.
movie, which or a Netflix
Wait,
movie. that
wait.
I
He's
heard.
supposed to be an ex-military dude turned into
Listen,
a bank
hey,
robber?
listen. I'm pretty sure he was like drafted or something. Listen,
Shit,
Yeah.
was like coming from a military man. I don't
totally
see it.
unbelievable. unless he was like an IT guy or something.
no, they
Yeah.
make him bald in the show, so you know, if you're bald, you're from
Oh.
the military, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's how
guess
that
so.
works.
Yeah, but he's just one of these guys who's just he's Spider-Man. Just stick to what you know, dude. Stick to what works for you. But yeah, then he goes to the high school and they have this display put out for him. And this dude here, the coach,
You
with
got
the
Hannibal Buress being
Yeah, he's
fucking
funny.
hilarious.
Oh,
Good.
It's
It's so funny.
he's like,
No
you
one
guys
did.
built this. I didn't. I'm with Mysterio. It's
You
fucking
killed a
funny.
bunch of people.
Yeah, he's like, you murdered a bunch of. It was
Murder.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the first movie he was introduced saying, on Homecoming, he was basically saying like he's like, I'm pretty sure he's a war criminal talking about Captain America. He goes, but I still
Yeah.
got to show you anyways.
See,
Yeah.
the uninspired reviewers talking about the movie Impossible with him, which he was really young. He wasn't even known yet at that point, which was a good movie with about the flood that happened with what the hell was it in
Oh yeah,
in
yeah.
Asia or whatever.
Uncharted was ass.
In
Sorry,
Thailand.
Uncharted, I didn't
Tsunami?
like. I just didn't like it. It was
The
this
It was
tsunami
trash.
that happened in
tsunami.
2004.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, and
That was a
then
good movie. That wasn't a bad movie, actually.
wasn't
Not
a
a good
bad
movie,
movie?
but
What
wasn't a
good-
bad movie.
Entertaining.
Uncharted.
No,
Oh,
the
no.
movie with the tsunami about the
Oh, the
2004
Impossible. Yeah, it was
tsunami.
good. Ewan
Yeah,
McGregor was in
yeah.
it. Yeah, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. Whoa. Excuse you. Yeah. So.
Whoa.
Yeah, that goes the copyright.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this is where they're on the roof again. So they have these little moments together, which are cute, and then of course,
And they're
I
interrupted by
do
fucking
like
Fat
this
Ned.
roof
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Why do people hate Ned? I love Ned.
I can't.
He's
stand
fucking
him.
annoying.
Oh,
That's
God.
why.
I hate you. You're annoying.
You freaking
You
Should mute
elitist!
you, Vex.
moving
Yeah, I'm gonna kick you
I
out.
like
fine
him.
fucking ass coming here.
I'm gonna moderate this stream, okay? I was told I was a shitty moderator. So
Somebody
now
mute him.
What do you mean?
So
Could
the,
you too,
the
Ken.
only problem that I like, the problem with Ned's character is that when we first are introduced to him in whatever the first
Homecoming.
Spider-Man, Homecoming, right? You're just like, okay, this
He's
is
a
just fun.
dumbass.
It's fun,
Sorry.
quirky comedic relief, right? Because they're teenagers, so
that.
it kind of makes
Mhm.
sense, right? But his character goes through all of these things and then he just doesn't change while Peter is changing, but he's witnessing all this at the same time.
Right.
And on top of that, it becomes
the late bloomer.
extremely
bloomer.
extremely clear in this movie specifically that
Mhm.
he was just a toss away diversity hire to check box the Mr. Strange box because clearly they're trying to work him out of the script at some point.
Well,
Like out of the universe, sorry, not the script. Like
well, if
I
you
don't
read
think they're going to
comic
keep
books.
I mean,
You would know. He actually becomes. He does.
I mean,
become
you
a
could make the
villain.
same argument for MJ.
You could, yeah,
Um,
and MJ is equally useless here, and I think this, if anything, is
Ah.
a good way to
Well,
shoehorn Gwen
I mean-
Stacy into the universe.
Well, not only
Uh,
are they useless, I'd say that both Ned and MJ do significant damage to their own characters and to Peter's character later in the movie. But I won't.
I agree. Yeah,
That
I
is
agree.
I
when we
think
get there.
she's
Yeah.
like way less bitchy. Like we'll see here in about like
She
20
tones it
minutes.
down a little bit.
But she is way less bitchy than what she could have been. Like any other movie, they would have had the whole thing be a drama between MJ not able to put up with my spider ways and shoot web out my dick, you know? Yeah. But instead, the fights between her and Peter, you know, the conflict is ended so damn quick. It's not a big deal, and it doesn't take away, I don't feel like.
Yeah. What Hostman said is, I think there's some truth to that too. But the fact is, if they had Norman Osborn, there implies that there's a Norman. Like if there's a Harry, it implies there's a Norman, and they didn't want to do that yet, so they went with the with Ned.
Well, Ned could never replace freaking Harry.
No, not at all.
See his fat ass waddle in on your relationship.
Yeah, but they had to have a best friend, so that's what they gave him. Yeah.
And then obviously, the big plot point at this point in the movie is they're trying to get into MIT, and obviously all these colleges, their other choices, backups are coming in, or his are.
Like fucking Stark wouldn't have had some sort of plan where, like, obviously Spider-Man's going to get to go to MIT. Like,
you'd be surprised how. There's so much that Stark just didn't do, and he's just so...
Well, I guess, you know, to argue against myself, like, wait a minute, he didn't probably plan on dying, or because he didn't really think that they were going to be able to bring anybody back at the end of Endgame.
Not only that, he's Spider-Man. Just open a OnlyFans or something. He can make millions off of that. He's got
because now he's riding off of the fact that people, like, yes, they know he's Spider-Man, but in the court of law, he is not Spider-Man right now.
Right.
But
legally, he's not Spider-Man.
But all you have to do is do a GoFundMe, and he'll have $10 million by the end of the day. Sure, there's haters, but there's got to be people out there that like him.
Well, he shouldn't even have to beg for money, because Stark should have set that up in the first place when he died for all of the Avengers.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I'm saying
the problem that's in
contingency.
He most likely has all that. Like Pepper would have.
None of the like superheroes care about each other at all. Like
he was dead for like 5 years though, right? Like in the universe. So like why would you even set up a fund for some kid who like poofed out of existence and was gone for 5 years?
Making an Avengers fund in general, like in Falcon and Winter Soldier, there's zero. Like,
well, that's because
zero anything for any of the
because fucking Sam Wilson couldn't take out a bank loan.
You couldn't get a loan.
That was
we're friends with Iron Man.
This crap. He's literally a hero that saved the world.
Yeah, but the banks won't give him a loan.
Yeah, nah. I can see him not giving his sister a loan, but even then.
Yeah,
that's
family count.
Fucking terrible.
The show was, I watched one episode. Me and my Mrs. Cannoli, and we stopped. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
So bad.
Done. Yeah. So they don't get in because of the controversy surrounding everything that's going on. Everybody knows he's Spider-Man now, and of course, this is where he gets the bright idea.
I do like how this scene is portrayed. It's like they don't even have any dialogue about whether or not it's just the look that they give each other, that
emotion through acting, without having
portrays that they didn't get it.
Well, also the fact that they got a 1-letter envelope definitely saying the fucking school.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever got a college acceptance letter. They don't look like that.
No. And then of course he gets the bright idea of like, hey, I see this Dracula looking thing. It looks just like a guy I know that's
crazy.
Part of the Avengers. I'm gonna go see him. And
it's crazy that Doctor Strange didn't reach out before this, because this is like 3-4 months after.
Well, you just said Avengers don't give a fuck about each other.
Yeah,
they don't care. Like,
it's a problem.
It's an MCU issue.
It's a major.
Goodbye,
MCU
world building.
Yeah, and then so they have a blizzard going through their house because I forgot somebody did a spell that had something to do with like Russia, and I don't know. All of a sudden, it's snowing in their fucking house.
Yeah, the Siberian gate was open.
Can't they open the Sahara gate and just
melt all the fucking snow? They can pull magic out of their ass.
Pretty simple, Strange.
They can't help the humidity. They don't have a spell for humidity.
He literally held back the entire ocean in Endgame.
Yeah,
like snap his fingers and clean up a little bit of snow.
Can't melt the snow.
True. That's true. He even he makes an entirely new universe to potentially trap Peter in later on too, and he can't fix this.
So, are you guys advocating for taking the jobs away from those people that are there to shovel? Because
yes,
that's not very based.
Because it was free labor.
I'll do it faster than they do it.
That's not very based, eh?
It's not based, eh? Oh my god. Yeah, and so Doctor Strange, people really did not like what they did to Doctor Strange in this movie. It just seemed out of character for
He's a
him.
complete moron.
As a fan of
this is where
Doctor
it starts.
Strange from
And it
his
just
first
continues.
Yep.
Yeah, from a fan of him from his first movie to Infinity War to Endgame, he was completely character assassinated.
Did we all like the Doctor Strange movie, the first one?
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It was whatever.
It's one of those movies
That's
that's it's okay.
It was all right. It was better than it was better than this one that he did.
I will
portrayal in that.
I've seen this movie a whole lot more times than I've seen the original Doctor Strange, for better or worse. Like I've seen the Doctor Strange movie once. I've watched this movie like 4 or 5 times.
Mads Mikkelsen was wasted in Doctor Strange 1, in my opinion.
Yes, he was.
Is there a villain that isn't wasted though in any MCU movie? I can't think of besides Thanos, and he's just voiced. There isn't a villain that isn't completely destroyed.
Yeah,
they had Christian Bale. I'll never get over that.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Christian Bale ruined. God damn! What a waste.
That's my girlfriend.
Oh
yeah.
Hi, Carly.
Hi, Carly.
He's in a safe place.
Thanks. I don't know if it's safe, but it's a place. So they basically, he's basically saying he wants people to forget that he's Spider-Man, of course. And then Mr. What's this guy's name over here?
Wong.
Sorry, I don't want to be racist and say
not
Chinese
right,
guy.
but
say Wang.
It's
Wang, Mr. Big Wang,
Chinese guy.
He's the Sorcerer Supreme on a technicality because Doctor Strange was way in the blip. Apparently, that's the explanation. Okay, so
no, that actually makes sense though.
It makes
sense.
I can
I
get that. Yeah, I get it. So he's basically saying, that's a dangerous spell, and they go through this bullshit jargon about magic, and he's like,
it would be really useful in any other the movies, but nope.
Right.
Oh, also they cut it from the trailer. They had this same scene with his, but it had different dialogue, and I think he just said, "Don't cast that spell."
We played it in the beginning with the trailer. We did like a brief trailer. Yeah, and he said it. Yeah.
But in this, he just says, "Just leave me out of this." Yeah. So. Yet another character assassinated. Like,
don't you hate
doesn't care that the multiverse is at stake?
I really hate how they take the trailer dialogue and scenes and all that. Like when he said, I think we're beyond sir and all that. He goes, okay, and then he just says Steven. And that's not the dialogue from the movie. I hate when they do
It's an extended version, though. Of course, there's always another extended version of this movie that came out in the theaters. Like how long? Like in a few months after.
What did they add to it?
I don't even know. I guess there's some more. There's some more stuff with Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man.
It was called the more fun stuff edition, and it was just more fun stuff of the Spider-Man conversation on the scaffolding.
That's quirky.
It was a lot longer. It added another Daredevil scene. I think it's 3 hours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it when they do a trailer and they have all this stuff in there that seems pretty cool, and then you see it in the movie, and the movie actually sucks worse than what they had in the trailer, like the little event that happened in there.
They're pursuing they're trying to pass a law to prevent movie studios from being able to do that now.
No shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
False advertising.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd rather a trailer false advertised to me and give me something good.
I'll never get over that Morbius trailer where they showed Spider-Man like on the bus and in the alley. Spider-Man in the movie, and then you see the movie and just not a mention. I felt so violated. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, I can understand that.
My perfect example was Guardians 2 with Groot inside the core of the planet, and he had the bomb, and he's like, all right, which one do you press? And he's like, this one. He's like, no, that'll blow us up. And then they have that little scene in the trailer, and then he's yelling while he's running with the bomb, and he jumps in or whatever. However that was cut together, it wasn't like that in the movie, and it wasn't as fun.
I think it was he just silently ran, which I kind of like more because he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna go,
just take off.
Do this.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, buddy. You gonna say something?
No, I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
So basically, Doctor Strange is about to do his thing, and basically, he's like, "Hey, nice knowing you, Spider-Man." And then Peter Parker realizes, "Wait, like nobody's gonna remember me."
Yeah, this scene is crazy.
Yeah, then he just keeps adding more people. Like, I want Ned to know who I am. I want
I hated that Doctor Strange blames all this on Peter.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Fucking explain how the spell's going to go.
Especially
explain all the rules first,
the
dude.
multiverse.
Right. You don't. You as the fucking adult in the room don't, and the Sorcerer Supreme don't be like, okay, listen. Like, this is how it's all going to go, because we really because
he keeps referring to him as a kid and like he's young, he doesn't know any better. Like, and it's like, well, dude,
he felt bad for he had feels for the Peter, you know. Because,
okay.
Here goes the stream, people.
What did he have?
Okay, so
touch the Peter.
He felt bad for Peter because he was gone. He didn't have Peter in his life for 5 years. And then suddenly Peter's here.
He's getting annoyed with it. Like, you're right, Cynic. Like, but when you come downstairs, explain. If you want to say whoever you want to remember, just say now, and I'll fix the spell to where certain people know and don't. And he's like getting mad at him in between because you didn't say anything to the guy.
Right. You just went downstairs and started performing a fucking spell that could break the
ritual.
multiverse, and you don't even want to say a word about how it's gonna have to go. Like, this is his fault.
Yeah.
We got no time. We got to get to the cameos. No time for story.
We got to get to the good stuff. Again,
no, you didn't tell him. Go back. He says, I told you. You didn't say shit.
Yeah. Thanks, Benedict.
Yeah, I told you. And that
you're not even Doctor Strange anymore. Who are you?
Sick bastard. You and your gray wings.
I always forget that you're a kid, even though I kept calling you kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. If to fix Multiverse of Madness and this movie in terms of his character, I really want them to say he was just Mephisto all along. That would just fix his character
up on purpose.
Yeah, just have Doctor Strange stuck in a hole somewhere and just be like, I'm here now.
I'm here.
Who's this other guy?
Right. He's stuck in that trench with the Supreme Sorcerer.
Why is it that?
Wait, go back. This shot in specific, it makes me want to punch a baby. I hate you can totally tell that they were like, oh god, we need a plug-in shot somewhere, and they just put this kid on a green screen, and they're like,
it's all green.
We'll have party footage in the background. It's like the worst.
That's bad.
To their credit, they were filming during COVID, so it was all blue screen, like all of it.
Nobody could be around each other.
Yeah, no one could
except the extras because they can die.
Nah, they're animated.
What bothered me about this too is so Peter's friends didn't get into MIT because they were Peter's friends, but he writes a book about how he's
the best friend.
Yeah, but he gets into MIT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes no fucking sense.
And this is coming. All these complaints are coming from a person who really loves this movie too. Like, it just has.
I like
flaws.
this movie,
but
like, man,
that's how dare you?
It has a ton of plot holes.
No, it doesn't. Shut up, Cynic. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vex, you've had your hand up. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Two things. Why did they give Flash a Karen haircut? I'm just noticing this now.
Because Flash is supposed to be blonde.
He is he is.
Okay, then second question, rewatching this, I realized what a fucking pussy they made Flash here compared to the Flash that we got in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, where he seemed like a legitimate threat, or at least
menacing in some way.
Menacing.
Exactly.
Modern low T.
I was going to say this is like
Gen Z modern low T bully.
Yeah.
Well, look at the hair.
As someone who as someone who was in high school when these movies came out, they're pretty accurate to
This dude lasted
look, he's a
5
little
seconds
fucker.
in my high school looking like that.
Why did everybody gain weight in between all these movies? Like, he's bigger. Ned, of course, got bigger, and he has his hair razored.
Well, the other thing too, I noticed rewatching this is I understand that Peter Parker is a teenager, so you have to appeal to a teenage audience. But given the tone of all the Marvel movies that we had gotten up to here, this was really the most fucking autistic movie I think we've gotten in the MCU.
Just loves that word.
You love that word.
Loves that word.
It's the best way to fucking describe it, because I don't feel like there's any connection between MJ and Peter. It literally just feels like they're together because of hormones and plot convenience kind of deal. I don't see any depth actually go into any of those side characters. Even what happens to Peter throughout the first half of this film could not give less of a shit. It got significantly better once the other two Peters got in, which is kind of weird because that usually
3 Peters in one.
Two Peters got in, Vex.
2 Peters in one hole. I mean,
but it's just like I don't like
I meant plot
the
hole.
punchy humor doesn't make like it's tired out. It's been used over and over again for well over a decade of Marvel films now.
Yeah.
I really like watching this again. It's not that good of a movie. Like this was blown so hard out of the water, and critics rated this better than fucking Infinity War, oddly enough, too.
Did you guys review Infinity War recently?
We haven't done that
to
yet.
see if that holds up. Because I watched this because I did a massive Marvel Phase 4 review, so I did rewatch this, and the parts that are strong are really fucking strong. So that's why I still hold this movie up. While also like this time through, just like look at all these fucking plot holes. Jesus Christ!
Yeah. That's the whole point.
There are just so many, but the things that it does well are related to what it does for the primary characters, and I thought they did those moments really well. But we'll get to those anyway.
It's easier to turn off your brain to this movie than it is to some other movies, I guess.
Well, just most of these types of movies.
I think a huge problem too is that, like Vex said, to piggyback off that, like it's been the same kind of comedy for 10 years now, and comedy evolves. The best way to see that is through like stand-up comedy and how that evolves.
Sure.
And this is the same style, and it has gotten real fucking stale. I remember in 2012 when Avengers 1 came out, and I was like, oh, that, you know, the Joss Whedon kind of punchy, clever little witty name calling is really funny. Yeah. And that shit has gotten old as fuck by now.
Yes.
I even think it still holds up in Avengers still, because the humor is character specific. Captain America isn't going to make a joke that Hulk makes or a joke that Iron Man makes.
Everybody's got,
and when in these other like made in the future movies are you could swap the jokes pretty easily between characters and it would still make somewhat sense.
There's no uniqueness to the humor of each character anymore.
In terms of staleness, I think this movie's not only stale in like the jokes, it's also stale in the CGI and the color grading, because like, man, is it rough.
Yeah, they really had to work their asses off to get this movie out on the date. Like nothing stopped, I feel like, when COVID hit. They just had to
with this movie nothing stopped pretty much.
No, they had to meet
I've
that
definitely
deadline.
seen worse.
Oh yeah,
I don't understand.
We just saw something
like,
worse.
So
their flat kind of like lighting and the way they do their shots makes it so much harder to make CGI look realistic. It's like they're just like dumping all the possible work that they can onto their artists. It's just
just to get it filmed and get
especially with this shot, like there's no depth in the background. That building back there is just a gray block. It's not really like popping out anything. The bar, like the shadows on this bar aren't really like popping out. Like nothing about this is like, ooh, look,
exciting.
It's just
also
like
crazy that it was made for 100. I think it was like 175 million.
I thought it was
how many VFX shots were probably in this movie?
Budget was 200 million for
200,
this.
Okay. Still relatively low for a movie with this many people,
like characters and all the actors. Yeah,
I would just love to know how many VFX shots, and I think that's what it is too. It's like these artists are amazing, but they just constraints and the workload is unbelievable.
Trivia, don't spoil trivia.
Come on, Vex.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I mean, since we're on the topic, I can talk about it anyways.
No.
So, according to the VFX supervisor Kelly Port, there are only 80 shots that don't have visual effects.
Wow!
In this entire film.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah, you'd be.
So this is basically a cartoon.
Yeah.
Hey, you know the shot with Daredevil. You know the shot with Daredevil? That's got CGI in it because the brick CGI, because they don't know how to change their mind and actually have a prop there.
He caught a snow globe originally. Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
If you look at his hand too, it's in like a perfect circle holding a brick.
And then they had to like try to morph it to look like he's holding a square object.
Well,
Man,
at least this shot's bright. It's not like the Little Mermaid where everything was all dark.
Yeah, it's dark. Yeah, but it's like everything's bright. Like I don't even like. Man, I mean, like his colors look sad. Why is
to their credit, it makes it feel more real world. It makes it feel less cinematic, which I don't like. But also at the same time, if you're trying to plop these characters into like the most realistic setting that you can get, this is pretty much what it would look like if you just took a camera outside and shot a dude in a metal suit.
That's true.
It's not like Star Trek or something like that where they're bleaching your eyes with so much light, and lens flare and shit. I'm pretty fine with it.
Or the Ant-Man movie.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, to counter that though, like as much as we can enjoy the realism and whatnot, every time we've seen Spider-Man out in broad daylight in previous films, there's been a significant level of depth to the color of the shot, right? To highlight that nice red and blue that he has on his. Homecoming did well, and even just Avengers fucking Endgame when he comes back too, and it's all dark at the end of that end battle, he's still brightly lit and everything. His suit still shines
you're
through.
Right.
I just hate that we have to have a CGI suit.
They ended after Iron Man 1, you know.
One detail I love.
Amazing Spider-Man 2, Andrew Garfield's suit is the best on-screen Spider-Man suit.
100%. Yeah. It is very well done.
The one detail I love though, like his suit, if you look at his suit, they like purposely made it extra wrinkly. Like it had been like stuck under a metal suit, which I enjoy a lot. I think that was Tom Holland's decision too.
I also liked it because it's like he doesn't have time to iron his clothes.
Yeah, he's a crime fighter. Of course, he's not going to.
Very Peter Parker.
Yeah. Well, the whole point of this scene here is that he talks to the gay Flash. I mean, regular Flash, and then he he wants to get into MIT because he was denied, and he's basically getting information. Is she like she's not the main person that gets people in, but she's like the recruiter, I guess, right?
Yeah.
For MIT,
in charge of admissions or some
missions,
shit,
and so they basically just she finds out where she is. That's why he's going after her, and he wants to plead his case. And she's just like, you're in the middle of the street, right? And he's like, yeah, but so he does, and
that halo effect.
Well, that face.
Yeah, look at that. Oh,
go back again. Go back again. Oh.
He's coming. He's coming.
He's concentrating real hard.
Wait, is he would you say that he's a ginger?
No.
Huh? No, he's not a ginger.
I'm seeing red in there.
Well, I think
he's got no freckles. Come on.
Makeup. Look at his brothers.
He's also British, so
he's British. He's not Irish. He's British.
Yeah, they're totally not close.
Yeah, they're not the same.
British people cannot be
the
gingers.
same.
All right, this is fact.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So obviously he's pleading his case, and then his Spidey sense goes off. And
it's Peter Tingle.
This is where we get our first.
Looks really good.
Yes, they did a good job with that.
The CGI for Doc Ock was pretty good.
Yeah.
So we get Doc Ock, and they de-aged him. Obviously,
de-aging is some of the best de-aging I've seen.
Yeah, this scene was really good.
Yep.
I like this part of the movie.
I didn't like his dialogue in this movie. It seemed kind of even more over the top than the original.
I thought it made sense if you go back to Spider-Man 2 where that was left off, like he was pretty fucking deranged at that point. And so kind of like where they're suggesting that he was pulled out of time. It made sense to me that he was just
my machine.
I thought it was pretty spot on.
He references his fancy new suit and all this, and
the power of the sun in the palm of my hand again.
Yeah, he said it again like 3 times in this.
Yeah, Sunny fucking delight commercial.
We get it. Jesus Christ!
I love the acknowledgement too of like the Iron Spider suit has the 4 arms, and he's like, "Oh, we have competition."
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, it was a pretty decent fight scene. You get all the battle. He's kicking his ass, obviously, and then of course the MIT recruiter has to be involved.
I thought her involvement was pretty stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
unnecessary.
It's for the plot.
Yeah,
contrived.
Isn't that how everybody got into college?
Yeah,
that's how I got
a woman off a
elitist
bridge.
Community college. I saved someone from a bridge.
Yeah,
I was just really glad that they normally try and make these heroes' powers match whoever they're fighting. And with this, like Doc Ock puts up a little fight because he's, he catches him off guard and stuff, but he's pretty easily tamed by Peter.
Yeah.
And that makes total sense. Like he has such unbelievable superior technology to Doc Ock.
Right.
So I was really appreciative of that.
And they even mentioned that here, right? Because he takes his suit apart and he's got the nanotechnology and he's like, "Oh, I underestimated you."
It's pretty tight though that like if he was just in a normal suit, he would have got his ass kicked. The only thing that saves him is the fact that he's in that nanotech suit.
Yeah.
Right. And then he hooks up his.
Look how good that de-aging is.
Also,
yeah, it's amazing.
Right there. God damn, that looks good.
It's really good. Yeah, they did a great job. And then, yeah, obviously, so Peter's nanotechnology. See, Doc doesn't realize that he can just take over the machine because he's in control.
Yep.
So now he controls the arms, and of course, he saves the MIT person.
So one issue with that I thought, so the whole point of Doc Ock is like, oh, the AI from the tentacles are taking over his brain and like how he thinks, right? So the suit is an AI, right? It's run by what's the Karen, whatever the suit woman is.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Well, maybe for I don't know what it is for Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Last time I remember
It's Friday.
It was Friday still. Okay. So why wouldn't it be really easy for the AI just to kill the other AI, like in this process of like taking over the arms? It feels like the AI would like to overtake the other AI to me.
The other AI.
You mean his Peter's suit would kill the AI controlling the arms?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
That
like
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the movie ends in like
I mean, hey,
40 minutes, and you're like, oh,
well, it wouldn't even do anything. It would just speed up. It would fast forward to his arc, and he'd have
Right.
him on his side probably.
you need
Really.
him
also
in the
imagine
movie.
if he just became Friday. Started talking like his assistant.
Yes, Peter.
Or just became Tony Stark. Like
The Friday AI might have some kind of like because of what happened with Ultron, it might have some kind of programming to prevent that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably.
Let's just use some headcanon.
I don't think the people that wrote the script for this thought anything about that whatsoever at all.
No.
It was never even a question that entered.
No,
their
it definitely
mind.
probably wasn't. I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, wait a minute.
So the MIT lady miraculously gets saved and goes, you know what? You're a hero. So, I'm going to see what I can do for you and your friends to get into
Dumb
MIT.
bitch.
Yeah, no kidding. That should have been the going in
Yeah.
premise from the very start.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have
you,
made
lady.
her somehow traumatized and be like, "You'll never get into MIT now."
Yeah, they could have went that route
they just
too.
they kind of moved
Yeah.
through that scene, so
man.
they didn't linger on it. I'm glad that
They
they
pushed
didn't.
through it fast. And then you get
Yeah.
obviously the Green Goblin here with his grenades come and shit starts happening and chaos ensues.
Oh yeah.
And it's just even Doc Ock's like, Osborn? He's like, what the fuck is he doing
Yeah.
here? Because he's supposed to be dead.
He's even dead at that time.
And then, of course, they get zapped back into the dungeon of the witches. What the fuck they call it? A magician's dungeon or whatever. And
Some
wizard
shit like
dungeon.
that, yeah.
Yeah. And so Doctor Strange basically is like, he's been hunting the others that have been coming through since his multiverse spell went bad. And I think he has the lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man in here already, I think. And then, yeah, so they have him and Doc Ock in here. And they're just going through all the multiverse shit and what happened. And yeah.
Yeah, they're building.
They're building up the story. And it's like, all right. And so he's giving, I think, is this where he
This is where he keeps all the gimps.
The gimps, yeah. This is where he gives. Is this where he gives him the device that can get people back?
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
kind of explaining everything to him. And then he's like, "I need help with this," and he brings
I
in
hate this.
fucking Ned and MJ.
I do hate this entire interaction between
This whole
Peter,
sequence.
I forgot everyone's name.
Ned.
I did it all.
Strange, Wong,
MJ.
Yeah.
MJ.
All of this is stupid because keep in mind there's still a goblin blowing up the bridge for all they know,
Nah,
and
we
they're
don't
just
care.
cracking jokes.
Mhm.
Thanks,
Marvel for
Spider-Man.
you. Yeah. So he wants him to Scooby Doo this shit.
Well, I mean, you can see where they're like trying to go from high point, low point, high point, low point. I guess that's okay.
Yeah, but if you're this is just like it's so annoying because like time constraints are a thing, and I want to give screenwriters credit that like if you gave them 3 times the amount of time to write a script, I can't imagine some of this stuff didn't go through their heads, but they have to abide by the time constraints of getting a script done. And like it does not work objectively. It's pretty fucking irritating when you sit down and actually think about it.
I like it when the superheroes like soldier up and actually get stuff done. And no, they're just making fun of Dr. Octavius's name. It's like, come on, we got people to save.
Yeah, people hated this part of the movie.
Well, yeah, because it's like it's for the audience. That's all it is. It's just like, haha, this is supposed to be the real world. Isn't that silly that his name's Doc Ock? Your name's fucking Spider-Man, dude. Like,
yeah.
They did this fucking joke in, what was it, Infinity War? Like every
Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a name that could be funny? I'm gonna I'm going to laugh at your name.
Tony Stark made fun of his own name that they gave him at the end of Iron Man. They're like, oh, Iron Man. Well, it's not really made of iron. It's fucking I'm sorry.
It always felt like to me, like the writers are they're too insecure and they're too afraid to not put those jokes in for like their other writer friends who are like, you're writing for a Marvel movie, really? They're like, yo, I put in this joke that it's all really just silly. Like, thanks. It's great.
Yes, Hosman. Yeah, he is the same. They
like
brought him back.
You can put jokes in while you're fighting. Like I think Across the Spider-Verse does this like moderately well. Like when Gwen and Miguel are fighting Vulture, it's pretty lighthearted. They're like, oh, where you come? You're from another dimension? Oh, I'm from here, this dimension here. That's crazy. Anyway, let's fight the Vulture. And then when the helicopter comes in crashing, they're not like, ooh, look, that's a helicopter. Gwen, like, she's like, oh, something's happening. She focuses up and does a big save, and it's a big payoff for the movie, and it's probably the best part of the movie for me. Was when she just stopped the helicopter from falling on a bunch of people and focusing up.
They pulled it off in that airport fight scene, Civil War, where they introduced Spider-Man, like his banter when he's fighting.
Captain
who's he fighting? Not Falcon at the time.
Falcon.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like his banter. So that was the moment I was like, "Oh,
and he's just like, he's just
cool.
like, he's using this as like a tryout to join the Avengers, and he's just like, hey, well, look at what I can do.
Right. Yeah, that kind of banner stuff was right out of the comics.
It was so Peter Parker.
It was
perfect. So good.
Well,
it also really highlighted how powerful Spider-Man really is. Because like the Winter Soldier was a trained assassin, goes to punch, and Peter's just like, holy fuck! Like, he just stopped it instantly. It was brilliant.
And then Winter Soldier and Falcon are like, is that guy a spider? And it's like, they always have gimmicks now, and it's like, it makes sense.
It does. Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? There's a video breaking down. You know when he catches the airport bridge, like Spider-Man catches it. There's a video breaking down like the physics of that and like how strong he actually is, and he stops like 40,000 tons of momentum. And it's like,
that's how powerful.
Broken.
Yes, Spider-Man is pretty strong.
Spider-Man got OP.
And my favorite clip ever is probably when Spider-Man in Civil War, when he first runs into Captain America and he comments on his shield. I thought that was so appropriate when he's just like, that thing doesn't obey the laws of physics. And I was like, that is a perfect way to do a joke like that. Yeah.
Yep. They did it well. Yeah, so this is where Doc Ock is explaining who Norman Osborn is and how he should be dead. Ironically, they all should be dead. And then, it just kind of goes through a bunch of stuff here that they're trying to help him with.
I did like that fridge shot because it showed like just the absolute disgusting things the wizards have.
Yeah, did you see that?
That was like the one piece of good world building that they have. Like, what is that? Is that like a brain? What is that? It's like a tumor.
Yeah,
they eat that.
Oh, they got the washing and drying machine in the Undercroft, and also a fridge full of that.
So this is where they get information that there's a sighting of something at was it a power plant, or I don't know what the fuck this area was, but
it's like power lines.
He's heading out to
lines, whatever.
They figure out that Goblin's at a military base, so he's heading out to the military base.
Right. Good point. And then he's got his phone strapped to his body, and he's wearing his suit inside out because he can't get the green stains out.
Right, so they can make a new toy.
I don't know why he cared about the green stains so much. It's like, Peter, you have people to save. I don't care if you look drippy.
How is he going to
they can make more toys?
Yeah, just another suit.
It's another suit to sell the kids.
I will buy.
It's a nice ode to like Black Spider-Man suit too. I didn't mind it.
It's cool.
Look, it's Miles Morales.
But I couldn't look past it. You know what's really cool though, Andrew, is that Peter Parker came first. So we'll move on.
You know what's cool?
Listen, we already had one fight last week. I don't need this shit.
Go on.
You will lead us.
Do it.
No, go ahead.
I hate you so much.
Let him cook.
You got the spatula, you got the meat on the grill, just do your thing.
So this is where we get introduced to Electro, which thank God they made his fucking actual appearance normal, then I don't know
Yeah,
what they
I
did.
am glad that they didn't completely just get rid of the look from TASM because it would just make
Right.
it completely inconsistent. So they made him change while he is conforming to the new power that's in this universe.
Then, of
Because
course,
like a
his-
low key dig too. I feel like
Oh,
universe, they're like,
100%.
oh, yeah, it's better power here.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
So
yeah.
J.K. Simmons.
I mean, this universe got Tony Stark, so I'm pretty sure they're fine on the power.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons is in every universe as
Yeah.
JJ,
JJ.
but electricity tastes better here.
I hope they have a multiverse scene in Beyond the Spider-Verse where it's just a bunch of JJs just talking to each
all
other.
of them in
I
one scene
hope that
talking
happens.
over and over again. Oh god.
The JJ verse. I
And
want
this is
it.
where is it Sandman? The fuck is this guy? Is it Sandman?
Sandman, yep.
Sandman comes in and he just so they got
CGI
everybody in.
man.
He had so the big thing was they said he had the least character arc of all.
doesn't.
Oh,
He's a
100%. Well, no.
So-
So the lizard, like he was just
Mm,
there
me too.
to fill out a roster.
Right.
They're-
Mhm.
I
They use
wish
old
they just
footage.
swapped one of these for Venom and it would have been like fine. The only thing is you can't cure Venom, so
no. Yeah, so Electro.
Morbius.
So they
Oh my
basically
God.
they help
I'm cooking.
stop Electro. And then of course I like this part. He's like, what does he say? Like, don't pretend you don't see me here butt ass naked.
Oh yeah, he also was like, he's like, are we in the woods?
Yeah, I
woods."
hate the woods.
I love that his
It's
character
Jamie
just turned
Foxx.
into Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
not
Yep.
even a
Really
character
did.
anymore. He's just Jamie
It's so
Foxx.
inconsistent,
Yeah.
but we don't
Yeah,
care.
it really brought me out of
I
it. Yeah.
I'd rather Jamie Foxx than whatever the fuck he was doing in Amazing Spider-Man. So.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I think they brought him back just for the sake of like, you know what? Just do something different. Make
We're
this
gonna fix
character
this.
fun
You know
again.
Yeah, that's what I felt like as they brought him back. Like, we apologize for making you look like garbage.
Yeah,
Man, that movie was a fucking mess.
it was.
Oh my god.
When it fixes teeth and the electricity fixes teeth,
Fixes his teeth.
That was
I'll
funny.
never get over
There
that.
was
was
like
hilarious.
50 plot
That was
lines going on in
crazy.
that story. Oh, it was so stupid.
Oh, look, the British lizard.
The British, yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I think
Yeah.
Platoon looks like.
It's the
That's why he hides behind the avatar.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is that why it looks like it's falling asleep then sometimes? It just can't pick up on the lizard eyes as much?
Lizard eyes.
Yeah.
It can't track the vertical.
There we go. That's a better look. Yeah, see if we can get that. There you go.
You know what?
That's
I
funny.
really like
Poor
this movie.
Platoon.
Okay, well,
I'm just
this character is now named Platoon.
Yeah.
it's Platoon now.
Not Lizard anymore. It's Platoon from now
Yeah. Here.
So, fun fact about the lizard's character. So he looks kind of different in this movie compared to Amazing Spider-Man,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So it turns out that they had lost all of the original like artwork and CG footage of him in that first Amazing Spider-Man movie. So they had to redesign the character completely.
Wait,
Damn, man.
they
How do you
literally
lose
had
it?
the movie.
That's
How did they
respect.
lose it?
Yeah,
I
just
have
go back-
no idea. I think it was because this
Fucking
is in the
Sony.
this is part of the transition between Sony and Marvel, is it not? This movie?
Well,
The transition? What do you mean?
What's
What do you
there's
mean,
no
TASM?
transition. They just had
Like-
they just
well,
made
they
an
wouldn't
agreement.
lose. I don't know. It's really. I'm
It's kinda
surprised they
complicated,
lost
like-
stuff.
Disney
They're pretty
financed
good at it.
25% of the budget. Sony still
Right.
owns the property rights.
Property.
Gotcha.
and,
They just
financed
basically made a
75%.
deal to put him in the universe. That's
Okay,
what
so
they
then
did.
yeah, I don't know. That's not really explained, but yeah, they didn't have any of
That's
that
interesting.
original like work, so they had to start from
Fuck.
scratch.
They
So
brought,
Sony just lost it.
they
That
probably
is
hired
crazy,
somebody,
Sony.
and that
Oops.
guy was like,
Yeah.
the woman took
Some
it with
artist was like, haha, get fucked.
I'm gonna get you.
Some intern who was like, "I'm just gonna troll."
Fucked.
him. Yeah, some
Yeah.
unpaid intern.
I mean, Pixar literally lost the entirety of Toy Story 2.
It was probably
So-
Kim
There you
Jong
go.
Un, dude. Like
How does that
North
happen?
Korea
What
did this.
What did you say?
Mhm.
What?
Do they know? What?
North Korea hacked Sony's emails like
What?
years
Oh,
prior.
And they were
yeah.
just like, "Yo,
So they probably just like. Also, I fucking hated that movie.
hey, lizard in specific. Let's go."
We killed Great Lizard.
Lizard. Yeah, so we get Green Goblin finally. We get the
Wait,
Norman
what was?
Osborn.
What did Copeland say?
My favorite Spider-Man in the multiverse is Spider Confederate. What's your
What's that?
Oh, you haven't seen Spider Confederate?
Copa? Fucking crazy with your wit.
Willem Dafoe is
Doesn't
the
the-
goat.
Dude, William
Doesn't the
Dafoe was-
webs like? Don't they disappear after a while? Because otherwise, you
Yeah, they
just see webs
dissipate,
hanging
right?
off it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
like it takes
but-
like an hour or something.
So is
for
he
it to
gonna
go away.
fucking do something about that? Like,
No, he's gonna leave it
You're
there.
gonna
Well,
get
no, I
like,
think
real
he comes-
fast.
He's going to call the electric company and go, listen, motherfuckers,
hey,
you only have an hour.
This was not me. I found this.
These spider webs aren't going to last.
So if the webs disappear within an hour or so and all that, didn't Strange say that he was hanging over the Grand Canyon for like 12 hours?
16 hours or some 12 hours, yeah.
Oh my!
Doesn't his suit's got like different kinds of web though, right? And they put that in.
I don't know if he still has it though, right? Because in Far From Home, he gets rid of a bunch of tech for some reason.
I would imagine he still has it somewhere, like extras or something, right?
He never used the taser web.
Far From
I'm pretty sure that the web just does what the plot needs it to do.
Yeah,
100%.
Plot web. There we go.
Yeah,
just
so the
Doctor Strange magic.
Exactly. So Norman goes into the what is it? The nonprofit feast, right? The thing that Aunt May runs, and he's eating donuts or something. They look pretty good.
It's fucking hilarious when he steals these donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. She gets up.
I mean, it's a goblin. He's just like
that feels like something Willem Dafoe did on his own.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't have schizophrenia.
He just
has blood sugar issues, y'all.
He's got diabetes.
Yeah, he got diabetes.
So there was a discussion online when this movie came out. After a while, was he faking this whole thing this whole time, or was he actually?
Yes, 100% he was
back and forth.
I don't know.
What?
I think
no,
it is a case of.
But they were saying like how his personality goes in and out with his.
No, because I thought that like the smashing of the goblin helmet was him being Norman again.
Right.
Norman is just the guy who's stealing donuts because Norman is just a bad person.
Right. And
later in the movie.
Yeah, Norman's not a good person.
No.
Yeah. Later in the movie, he has that line of what does he say? He's like, I was behind Norman's eyes, like watching you and all that shit. And like, so it kind of addresses like it actually wasn't the goblin, it was Norman. Like, but he was aware of what was going on.
I also do like this scene because it sets up the theme of the movie, doing the right thing, even though it can
even though you don't, because it's an inconvenience to you doesn't mean it's the wrong thing to do. Right.
Which is something that I would think that Doctor Strange would be on board for, but. Oh man, I love
this. Is that not consistent with Doctor Strange's character from Infinity War though? When he's basically like, "Yo, if it's the world or you and the kid," and he's saying that to Tony, he's like, "You guys can get."
Yeah, but
I'm gonna let you.
There's a scene later when they fight. There's like a plot line of dialogue that he just doesn't answer to.
Bagface is playing with his pussy.
Hairy pussy.
All right,
all in my mouth now.
Jesus Christ. We get an Alex Jones plug, or no, JJ plug, Alex Jones style for his supplements.
I absolutely love this.
Who wouldn't buy those?
I'm pretty sure there's more of this in the more fun stuff.
There's more of him.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So he had somebody spying on Peter.
What was that graffiti right there? Is that like a...
It's Miles Morales.
It says penis.
It's New York City. It's fucking graffiti.
New York
everywhere.
City penis. Okay. Feast on that New York
Feast
City.
on that penis.
There we go.
So he's got a spy.
The hidden messaging is hard,
and then she got his suit clean magically in about 13 minutes. It's amazing.
Because
hey, listen,
woman power, guys.
Listen, women are crazy at
that is true.
All right.
And she's 5'4", so she's really crazy. So.
That is very true. So yeah, they take him to the dungeon.
There's Fat Ned again.
God knows what they're doing to these people.
Fat Ned.
Yeah, so
he lost weight though in this movie.
Yeah, he lost
so
much weight.
Don't they call him?
Yeah, and he looks like he's fucking 40.
Hey,
he's got a big head, man.
I would like to point. I was 400 pounds once, and I lost a bunch of weight. And there was a good few months where I looked like I was old as fuck, and your neck just has a bunch of.
Does some weird stuff.
Were you
that
really?
Kathleen Kennedy?
That's why you had the bag on your face.
390, baby. That's why I'm bag face.
Dude, you were 390 pounds.
I was.
You
That's
look fucking
wild.
amazing.
You're like
Thank
muscle,
you.
Kudos.
right?
You're a sexy man.
Shit, you're
You're a homo.
You were like yoked like a kangaroo from Australia. One of those jack ones.
Yeah,
Dude, so
that's kangaroos.
Bagface and I have lost the equivalent of like 4 or 5 people in weight in the last 2 years. Then
Let's go.
Good.
Feels
That's
good.
crazy.
I'm starting to really want to like compare these villains to just random YouTube critics. Like we already did it with Platoon. Like who are these other people?
Who's Sandman?
What's Sandman? I don't know. Who's really dry?
That's stuck in yet. Yeah.
Dry and doesn't give anything to the conversation.
Wow. That's awesome. Who's Doc Ock then?
I don't know. A schizophrenic. Who's schizophrenic?
Who's up? Oh.
Who's that fucking bitch that speaks gibberish all the time that no one likes?
Grace Randall.
There you go. You know.
Who's that? It's a lot of people sitting.
No, you need to narrow that down a little bit.
Who's the bitch who nobody? Yeah, no, she's definitely up there. Oof. Her voice makes my fucking.
Who's Electro?
Yeah, who would be Electro?
Who's that guy on the red background all the time?
Jeremy Johns?
Yeah.
That's Electro?
Why would he be?
No, because Electro's cool in this movie.
Who like shoot the?
Jesus
Christ.
Fair.
So when he turns back into his human form, he's wearing his like electrician's outfit or whatever.
Just kind of weird.
They found that at the site.
Yeah,
so
when he was.
It was very convenient.
Naked.
Very well.
I guess that makes sense.
So Peter has is this where he has the change of heart where Doctor Strange is like, I'm going to send them all back, and if they die, they die. No big, I don't care.
If they die, they die.
In this,
did Peter again learn nothing about the whole snapping people out of universe like thing? Because
he has no concept of that.
He just popped back. He's like, "Yo,
yeah, he was
what
gone
happened
the whole
here?
time.
He has no concept of this shit,
Mr. Stark.
Over here,
Mr. Stark, I feel great. Let's get pumping, bro.
Let's go.
He didn't even know what Blippy was, and he blipped. He's gone.
You know what Blippy?
He can't be blamed. Vex.
Jesus Christ.
Can somebody fucking mute her?
True. True, bro.
Elitist Canadians think they're better than
fucking elitist over here, God. Why don't you grow a little mustache?
It's really upset because I like this Peter Parker. I don't mind Tom Holland's Peter Parker, but they really, really, really fucking dumb him down to make the plot of this movie work, and it's why the first half of this movie fucking sucks.
I mean, he's still fucking 17 though.
I would argue that they make him OP in terms of
how.
We'll get to
here we go.
Do you guys not remember being 17? Do you remember how fucking dumb you were?
That's how long ago that was?
But hold on, that's not the issue I have with it. It's more that like throughout the first 2, 3, 4 movies that we saw Peter show up in, it was like, yeah, he was a teenager, but he was learning. He was open to learning, and there were changes movie after movie that we would see in his character and his actions. And then all of a sudden in this movie, we just forget about all of those for the sake of the plot working the way it does.
Explain yourself though. Like, give me the example. Like, what is he doing right now that isn't Peter?
Hold on.
What is he doing right now in this moment that isn't
3
Peter?
streams today. Okay, she's tired.
Because I'm just saying, like, him wanting to save everyone is very Peter Parker.
He's a man of science.
I'm thinking.
Hold on. So
Peter Parker was a man of science.
Child.
During the last movie with Mysterio, he did in fact learn that some people are not beyond, like, you can't save everyone. There are people that are genuinely beyond saving, and that was kind of part of the issue with Mysterio's characters. He just didn't let things go, right? He was hell-bent on kind of destroying everyone for the sake of this one image. So that was an instance where Peter was just like, fuck it, I really can't save everyone, so I might as well just
but he wasn't dooming them to death. He wasn't dooming Mysterio to death. Mysterio killed himself. He wasn't going to kill Mysterio.
You could also look at that argument the opposite way, which is like he could have taken the fact that he couldn't save Mysterio and internalized that and been like even more hardy towards like, I really want to try and save everyone because I couldn't save this person and they died in front of me.
And it was very much like him always doing what Tony Stark told him to do. And this is him kind of finally like putting his foot down for better or worse. This is what I want to do.
This is him on his own 2 legs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tony told him to stay out of trouble. And what did he do?
He got into trouble.
He got into trouble.
A lot of trouble.
Okay. You no. You flip me. Those are fair points. Those are fair points. I didn't consider all of that.
Gave her the flipper.
Don't pull a BA, man.
Gave you the flipper.
Don't pull a BA.
Flipper.
I'm not a bitch ass, so I won't.
This whole stream is just trolling Mr. Turner.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He's gonna.
I hope he's secretly watching.
I'm gonna get him.
No. This is how you have debate. If he is watching, if he's Ezra Millering and just kind of stalking.
And there he is.
How you have a debate.
Your fucking review is killing me. Like there's Ezra Miller again.
Like literally stop myself.
Yeah, dude.
In my review. Like, oh fuck,
oh, that was fucking great. Oh god. Anyway, so yeah, Peter's like, nah, man, we can't let these people die, and he steals the fucking special box that's gonna kill everybody, basically. And then we get this Inception scene where,
this
fight
is rough.
Doctor Strange, the original movie, was like heavily inspired by Inception.
Yes.
That version of the world.
Really?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
You guys didn't like this fight scene? I thought.
Oh,
This
I
was
thought it was
creative
great.
as
I thought it was
balls.
great.
Cool, yeah.
I absolutely hated this.
What?
You-
Why?
fuck, man, why?
We can talk. All
Listen,
right, keep going.
I
just
think
don't
this is where
understand,
it
Andrew.
Really gets rolling. This is where
It starts to get a little better.
Yeah,
at
it
this
starts
point.
rolling, but like,
Well, if you see the framing of this, I just don't like the blocking that much. And
yeah, you
community
fucking
college.
don't. That's why I don't like it.
threw the colors off. I don't like this.
Yeah, so he's in the astral plane now, I guess, and he can get his.
I like the
Spider
little,
sense.
the spider sense thing was a nice touch. Like you didn't
yes.
need that to be explained because we already know how
Yeah,
fucking
you just get
spiders
it.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was a cute thing that you didn't have
It
to
was-
work overtime to fucking understand.
It was also weird because his hand is moving in regular time while the rest of his body's moving in slow motion.
Slow motion.
Which means that his spider sense is incredibly fast, and the fact that anyone can land any sort of hit on him is completely unbelievable past this point.
Yeah.
I just like seeing
he's-
Spider-Man wiggles in live action. Okay, can you calm down?
Can we just let? Yeah.
I like the wiggles, but the implication of the wiggles I do not like.
Fair.
Well, that's when the spider sense is just fully in control of itself and doing it by instinct versus when Peter is consciously in control.
It's
So-
Ultra Instinct.
Okay,
Ultra
then
Instinct Spider-Man.
question.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
Spider-Man has his soul separated or whatever that was, right?
Mhm.
And say someone's about to kick him in the nuts, does his thing?
Does this
Whoa! That's
Whoa.
the Peter tingle we were telling you about.
that's the tingle.
He moved his
Yeah.
balls.
That's OP.
Oh,
Does it
Yeah,
move though? Like, I'm
that's when it's
curious now.
OP. When you
Yeah, that's when we cross the line.
that suspension of disbelief is out the window.
Independent ball consciousness. That's OP.
That's fucking
Can we
hilarious.
make that a theory?
those fucking eels, man.
I'm gonna start a college course about independent. Nut
Is it going to be a community college?
Oh no! Oh man, I'm taking a doc class next fall, and I'm gonna make a documentary about this.
There you go.
There you go.
I can't wait for the TED talk on independent mind.
Whatever you do, make sure your students go into $40,000 in debt to learn.
Oh,
everything.
totally, dude. I'm aiming for 50.
Easily.
There you
Unless
go.
they
I
they
got
have the
this.
Avengers College Fund that nobody remembered.
Yeah, so they just go on to this battle. He's in the mirror dimension, and things are. It's pretty wild. It's a good scene. I like this.
I thought it was fun and totally appropriate.
And then, of course, he figures out the mirror dimension because of geometry.
Yeah,
I thought that was fun and clever. I thought
I thought
made
that was
sense.
too. I like
because
that.
it also
break
finally
down-
shows like how goddamn smart Peter really
He is. Yeah.
Like, I don't see how
My
this
beer's
version
like,
of Doctor Strange loses at all. Because, like, if you look at him let's take Infinity War, everything he does versus Thanos, like, he clones himself like 100 of them. Then he throws a bunch of ropes. Like, why didn't you do that here, bro? Why
That's
are you
true.
stupid
Yeah.
now,
He's
dude?
probably trying to take it easy. He's fighting a teenager.
Yeah,
Over-
that's how I
Yes,
I
yeah,
took it
I-
as he was pulling his punches, and Peter took advantage of that to the point where he's like, "Well, maybe I shouldn't have," and now I'm fucking
I
trapped. Damn it.
understand, but like, he has a box that if the spell breaks loose to Doctor Strange's understanding, it's gonna destroy the entire multiverse.
Yes, but he also doesn't want to harm Peter in the process of doing it.
I mean, I'd punch Peter. I don't care. The multiverse is at stake, you know? Like,
No, I
Yeah, this is-
I get what you're saying too. I think it's
Unless it's Mephisto, and this was his plan the whole time.
honestly, bro,
Mm.
if they explain it with Mephisto, then all my criticism is.
he also
invalid.
just thought that he could trap Peter here and fucking exit, and
And just-
Peter was like, "Nope, that actually wasn't.
Ain't gonna work on
for
me,
you.
buddy."
Sorry." And I think that was
Also,
the whole point.
Later in the movie, we're shown that Doctor Strange has telekinesis powers, which why didn't he just use that here?
Wait, where was that?
So when Doctor Strange comes out and he's like, I've been hanging over the Grand Canyon for 12 hours.
Yeah.
He sucks it.
He just sucks the sling ring and the box at the same time. And I was just like, wow, bro, you could have.
I noticed that too on the rewatch. It was weird.
He
It
never
was
used
very
that.
weird.
He never.
He's
used
never
that
used.
ability before,
I'm
ever?
pretty sure he's never used that before. He might have used it in Multiverse of Madness, but I don't remember him using that in Infinity
other
War,
movie,
Endgame.
I could
or
rationalize
this one
that
movie.
by they're like magic based items. Like,
Yeah.
like
magic
doing it on
based.
Well, yeah, but like, why didn't you do that while fighting Peter? That seems like such an easy way to solve this issue.
Right, unless
True,
it was
true,
like
true.
an item that he needed that he didn't have at the time, like a wand or something. But yeah, specifically with Doctor Strange is because of the way I feel like the magic system that him and Wong use is almost a soft magic system. It's anything you want it to be when you need it to be. Like they can do all kinds of weird stuff and just introduce new powers without really having to explain it. All of a sudden I can produce these flaming swords and I can do this and do that. And it's not, you know what I mean? It's not like he doesn't have like a set power list like Spider-Man does, where you know what he can do. And if he does anything beyond that, then you're like, hey, wait a second. So they really abuse that, I think.
The entire MCU is kind of like a softy universe in that sense.
It really is.
Exactly.
Things happen when they need to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
People forget their powers sometimes. It's whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and then so Ned gets the magic ring that Strange uses to create his little holes, and now he can do that because his family told him they have magic in the family.
Yeah, it's fat Hawaiian magic. Yeah.
Never mind that.
Yeah,
It's Moana magic.
this part I was like, seriously?
And then
Samoan
Doctor
magic.
Strange, how long did he have to practice to learn how to do anything? And then he's just, I can do magic now. Plot convenience. Open up a hole later.
Gary's
Dude
got the
fucking learned
tingle.
how to do the magic with broken limbs. That's how like dedicated
Yeah.
Doctor Strange was to it.
100%. 100%.
He's something of a scientist himself.
Dude, this is fucking hilarious.
That was
I
see,
laughed,
this is-
yeah.
but this is where that kind of shit's appropriate, though.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
I really do. Like
it.
there are more things going on that we're enjoying about the movie than just like, oh, when's he gonna say the line?
Possibly.
When's
It
he gonna
felt-
say the
Yeah.
line?
It did feel
It was
kind
organic.
of forced, but it was way less forced than. Do you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Oh, that was awful.
Oh.
I thought I was hoping they were gonna take that out of the
Bro,
actual
I
movie, and
thought
then when I
it
saw it,
was
I was like, come on,
I thought
you
it was
guys.
just mean
First of
bait.
all, it was cringe
But
when
it
it was
was
in the
real.
1989 movie.
Yeah, it was.
So,
Yeah, I don't
it
even
was
understand
bad.
that either. Like, no one
was
liked
bad.
that line back then too. They're like, what the
No.
fuck is going
fucking
on?
terrible.
Like, why is he saying it? Like,
yeah.
Do you think?
Don't
Do you guys
worry.
think that it's still Norman at this point? Because I always
No.
had a theory, like, because
Um,
Goblin would have
so-
known, like, I don't know, what worked on past Peter, right?
Well, he just ate those donuts, so I think his sugar's just fine.
yeah, it's instant spike right now.
I think it's still Norman because Goblin has a distinct persona to him. So I think it is still Norman, but
Goblin's just
Goblin might be
waiting
like
for his
pulling,
chance.
pulling a
I
couple
don't know. He has some
strings.
Peter tingle on Norman later, you know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's a really good marker for when
Mhm.
Goblin's
Goblin is
truly
like,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gives MJ. I'm going to say Mary Jane, but that's not her real name. It's Michelle Jones. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And MJ. She's basically like, here, take this box, and I'm going to go help these people. If you don't hear from me in a certain amount of time, just push it and then send them back. And okay,
I like this little quip actually. There's no
Yeah.
way that's his girlfriend, right? Because again,
No way.
she's a strong woman, so she's the kind of domineering one out of all these three. But I
Mhm.
thought that was kind of funny because they're kind of. I mean, it's kind of true though, right? Like it's usually those kind of girls end up going for weaker dudes, anyways.
right.
Yeah, but he's fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not
He ain't
weak.
weak.
He's anything but weak. He just
In that web
fucking locked
juice.
up Doctor Strange in the pussy realm.
Yeah,
Pussy
bit
realm.
weird. Yeah,
Can we
bit
go back
weird.
to Lizard? Look at that man's shoulders. We don't
Oh,
have
you wanna
to.
go back
I'm
to
just
it?
like,
Yeah, no, I'll go
man,
back.
look at those
So-
shoulders.
So what you're
Oh,
saying
man.
is if Peter wasn't
would be
Spider-Man,
traps.
she would
Bro.
drop him like a hot potato.
I'm scared of Platoon.
Is that what
I
you're saying?
really think so because again,
Platoon.
their relationship has no development over the course of all the movies. It's literally just that Peter has a crush on her, and that's about it.
Well,
And
Peter
he's
has a
Spider-Man.
crush,
Well,
and then in the second movie they go on the vacation together, and they finally start dating. And then this one is when he has to say goodbye to her.
Mhm.
No,
No.
but I'm just their relationship doesn't seem like even the one though in like the Tobey Maguire one, their relationship wasn't very nicely built, but it was done better than this one.
Dude,
I
that
just
Mary
don't-
Jane was a whore.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
I don't
actually
ever want
Yeah,
to
she
talk
was a
about
total
that
whore.
whore.
MJ from the OG trilogy. I'm sorry. I hate her
Insufferable.
so
No,
much.
no,
That's-
She
I mean,
was awful.
I agree.
I
I
hate
actually,
person.
I'm
I'm gonna
okay
be
with
honest.
this one.
She was the most modern woman of them all.
I was going to say,
She was, yeah.
Kirsten Dunst.
I'm gonna be
is-
honest.
oh.
There was that one
No.
scene where he's like, "Oh, you're a pretty lady," or "Suffer the little children." I'm like, "Bro, the
Kill
children. I
her.
do not
Let her
care
Kill
about
her.
the women.
Drop her off
Get
the
out
roof.
of- Bro,
She's not worth it, Peter.
That's a word I didn't think I was going to hear tonight.
I don't understand why they even have a relationship, and they do have good chemistry. Like we see that at the very end, and they're able to, reciprocate emotions and all that. But I just don't get any chemistry between their character because she even refers to him in the opening sequence as dude instead of Peter. Like when they're,
I think it's
you're not Gen Z.
I think that's Gen Z.
Yeah, that's how kids date these days, I think.
As a Gen Z,
you call everybody dude.
Yeah,
I say bro.
Weird.
Yeah, but I don't call my husband
Avatar.
dude. I don't say like dude, do that.
You
part
even
or
said
anything.
when
I call
Maybe
my
you should
husband.
try it.
Try it once in a while, Vex.
hot.
It'll work for you, dude.
But I do think it's consistent with her character. She's not like she's definitely someone who builds walls between her and other people because she doesn't want to get close. So during her evolution of her character, you can see her slowly tear down those walls, and then at the end of the movie, she's just being raw. She's being real. Yeah. I liked her arc through these 3 movies.
Well, hence why the
going
second
from
half of the movie
the cool emo chick to being like, oh wait, I actually love you.
Yeah, I have feelings in them.
Yeah,
not everything's negative.
I like it.
So this is the fabricate. This is the magic machine that Stark left behind. That fixes
As the drinker might say, the magic bullshit box.
Magic.
I hate this box.
Yeah. That's not a fabricator. Copa says that's a copy machine.
It's the one from Office Space.
Yeah. So
Bro.
So they work on each person one by one. So they start with Doc Ock, of course, and now he's trusting Norman here. This part was so fucking stupid. Do you want water, salt, or regular? Because you're an octopus.
It's like, come on.
That was kind of
Look, there you go. Aunt May is just a fucking single woman drunk. There you go.
Lush.
All these modern women.
Yep. Yeah. Just boxed wine.
Box of wine,
dude.
And there's the character arc for Sandman. I have a daughter. I want to see her, and you're done. That's basically all you get from him.
Yeah, I don't trust anyone.
I mean, that was his only motivation in Spider-Man 3. So I appreciate that they kept it consistent, right?
They just want to remind everybody, hey, this is why he's here.
But him siding with the villains at the end is completely like,
it's weird.
I thought that was I thought that was just
he wanted
to
the
set
box,
things
right?
up. Yeah, I didn't know that he was actually evil. I thought he was just trying to work with the Spider-Mans.
Yeah, I
so
thought
he kind of played along.
I thought he was. I don't know.
Wait, no.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Is defeated by Tobey Maguire. So
yeah,
it feels like he's just going along with whoever he thinks is going to win.
But
they want to stay in this world, so he won't see his daughter. So I don't understand why he's like, no, like.
He just evaporates and leaves.
Yeah,
like,
he kind of pieces out.
Him and Doc.
Doc Ock's like, where are you sticking that thing, Peter?
Well, I feel like Doc. Well, we'll get to that, but I feel like Doc needed to. He's like, I need to regroup, and he does come back. So,
Homie, just like, I'm out.
So they finally.
I didn't take it as a I'm out.
Yeah, I agree. What's up, Mad Eye? So they fixed Doc Ock. He could finally hear his own. His mind is clear. It's silent. He doesn't hear the voices anymore.
So he had ADHD too, huh?
He just needed his man.
Me, when I take my regular pills, the voices are gone.
The nanotech goes back into Peter's suit, and now he's like, hey, how can I help? I'm nice again.
I'm a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy and happy. He's like, what the fuck are you doing in my apartment? Did I see a cyborg go in there? What the fuck? So they're fixing. So this is the part where they want to fix Osborn, and then
I did like this. I do really like this scene and Doc talking to Norman. That was pretty good because you're like Norman's eyes are just like what are they doing? There's like some internal like process going on.
Yeah.
And then the beeping that this the anti-magic hockey puck does. Whatever
it gives a sense of urgency.
Sure.
The beep on it, and then you see the anxiety in
Jamie Foxx.
In Jamie Foxx. It's a really good way to build tension without music.
He said, "I don't like the way this feels." I like when he's like, "Are these your Legos?" He's got a couple stuff.
Yes, they are. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And even Sandman's like, "Hey, just let's get through this. I know you have anxiety,
dude.
But let's get through this."
Thomas Hayden Church, who originally played Sandman, must look so fucking bad that they were like, "Nah, let's just
keep him as Sandman
CGI him because he looks like he must look like shit in real life."
The lizards
they didn't want to bring him back.
Yeah, and then Jameson comes to the house because he had a spy on him. And this to me is where the movie completely changes. Obviously,
oh yeah,
the tone just goes from the typical and it just gets dark. I mean, you have your moments in here and there with the Marvel humor, but man, you talk about a tone shift.
Yeah,
and his spider sense.
I liked this gimbal shot.
Yes, they did a great job at this.
Just this long take going through.
Yeah,
so good.
And then it expands for him to see everything. It's really good.
It was really well done. Then he just knows it's Osborn, and
the lighting here on his fucking oh my god, the lighting on his face
finally
turns.
It's good so lighting.
Good.
Best line in the movie.
Yeah,
Norman's on sabbatical, honey. That shit.
Norman's
that
on
shit tattooed on my forehead.
He plays it. What's up, Orange Hat? He plays it so well, man. Yeah, and then everybody's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And,
did Willem Dafoe get better? He's better amazing now than he was as Green Goblin before.
In the first
one, kind of ages like milk, but his acting ages like wine.
He always looked like he was 1,000 years old.
He does. I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, even in Platoon, he looked old as hell.
Yeah, he still looked old when he was like 30.
Yeah, I know what you're saying as far as with this character. Yeah, this is the best. But he's just so goddamn intimidating looking. He's creepy.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. A creepy voice too.
And I like how he's like, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, like, I like how he's basically trying to tell them, like, we don't need to be saved. Like, we're gods. You don't fix a god. Go ahead, buddy. I was
gonna say, in my review of this movie, I had a long and extended take on the fact that, like, Green Goblin is Spider-Man's Joker to his Batman, right? Like, he is the number one villain. Some people can argue Doc Ock, but I think it's Green Goblin. And with the way that the Sony Marvel deal worked out, like, they kind of had to fast forward stuff. So you didn't get this Green Goblin, and you're like, oh, Tom Holland's not going to have his Green Goblin. Thus, the multiverse stuff actually worked in its favor because you don't have to build a Green Goblin.
It's already
you got to bring it over here. It's already established, so you don't need an origin or anything. And he's about to have the biggest impact on Peter's life ever because of what he's going to do. So I was just like, holy shit, this was a fucking amazing. Like, some of it's happenstance, but it solves so many problems.
It does.
And it did it so goddamn well.
Yeah.
And then this is the kind of stuff where I forgive all the plot holes, and like, this movie's fucking off the charts good.
And in The Flash, it's just the opposite. Like, none of it makes fucking sense. Has nothing to do with the plot. Doesn't have any. It's just fucking. Oh my god. But yeah, so everybody, all the villains are fucking doing their thing except Doc Ock. Doc Ock is, like, he escapes, but
he's like, I'm out.
He's out, but Sandman gets out. Electro's fucking zipping around the city, and this fight scene was fucking crazy.
Dude, this was so good.
Wow, they're just beating the shit out of each other.
This part right here. When Willem Dafoe starts laughing as he's hitting him as hard as he could. Every time I see this, I get goosebumps. It's so fucking good.
Fantastic.
The only problem with this is, like, this apartment building is completely empty.
They got evacuated.
There ain't nobody here.
Late at night, Andrew.
Well, no, this is owned by
Stark.
Like,
right?
if Happy lives here,
is this
Tony
Stark?
probably owns the whole goddamn building, so it's probably like all of Happy's building.
He body slams him through the
fucking
floor.
That sounds like an elitist building to me.
and it would
only one guy.
Only one fucking dude there.
They did that body slam practical too.
That was
wow.
That was amazing. the line that he starts the fight with is like, just I don't know why it's burned into my head. I think I've seen this movie like 3 times. I'll never forget that line. Just like, strong enough to have it all, too weak to take it.
It's so good.
It's great dialogue.
So good.
It's a lot of good dialogue, yeah.
Oh, and his delivery is just
he's perfect.
Yeah.
God. Perfect.
He totally embodies the character.
Yeah. And then so May sticks him in the neck with the goo that they made in the fabricator fix-it machine, and it doesn't work. It does not work. And so yeah, this is and then he's not wearing his mask, obviously, but is in the comic book, didn't he have the hood?
He did.
Yeah.
He had a hood and he had a full mask.
Okay.
But the mask was like, it conformed to his face, so it had facial expressions and everything.
At least they give him the hood here.
Do you think they de-aged him?
No, I don't think they did for him. It doesn't feel that way.
The
it looks a bit unnatural, but I think it's just the lighting.
Okay, because that shot prior where you were talking about where he's standing over Peter, That looked a little.
I think it's just lighting again.
Okay.
That line just a second ago too, when he says another great one of "You tried to fix me, now I'm gonna fix you." It's so fucking good. Oh my god! I want to go watch this movie right now.
Picture of him from 2020. And I think they just used some really good makeup on the guy. I don't think that they de-aged.
So basically, he has his what the fuck is his machine called? The
glider. It's a goblin
glider. The glider, yeah. And he comes in, crashes, knocks May on her ass like really hard, and then he throws the grenade in. He saves it. He knocks it away from her. And at this point, I don't think anybody assumed yet that she was going to die in this scene. I mean, you knew something.
I remember me and my friends at the theater were like, yo, she's dead, right? Like, why did she get hit like that? And then we're all like assuming like, oh, she's got plot armor. She's not gonna die. And then like she checks the blood, and we're all like, oh wait, no.
Yeah,
I will admit on the first viewing and a couple months ago when I reviewed the movie, I legitimately teared up when she was when she dies.
Everything was catch my breath.
The scene's really good.
Hold on,
so fucking sad. And,
Cynic, were you eating popcorn at the time? That's what I want to know.
No hard feelings. I was covering my popcorn with my butter.
Okay. No, it's emotional. It was a good.
This is
was
really
well
good.
done.
The acting's brilliant by.
Hence why the second half of this movie is so much fucking better.
Also, why she's a better Aunt May. Fuck that 95-year-old lady.
Yeah, and then she gives her and she gives her version of the line about responsibility and power. You know, great power. It wasn't the same exactly, but
I also liked that Peter's Peter's apologizing, and then she just says, "No, this is like you have."
Yeah,
to
he
do
says
this
it's my
as a hero.
fault. Yeah,
echoing the theme of like you have to do things even.
But we're finally getting a big character development for Spider-Man. Finally, like he's losing stuff. I mean,
he hit it on the nail in this scene too.
Yeah,
his acting was great. Yeah.
Oh god.
And it's interesting too because when Spider-Man in the meta, like when Spider-Man first came into the MCU, people were sick of seeing his origin story, so we felt like we skipped that. And then that was like a fucking complaint because you can't satisfy anyone because we're all a bunch of turds. And they're like, "Oh, there's no fucking origin story."
We could pull a Snyder and show how the parents were killed in the beginning again.
But this became his origin story.
Yeah, this was better.
Whole arc so far was his origin.
That was my problem with all the other Spider-Man movies. They kept recycling the same story over and over again.
In Civil War, you can get hints of like his origin because his line to I think Stark asks him, "Why do you do this? Like, what's your story?" And then all he says is, "If when you can do the things that I can and you don't, bad things happen, and they happen because of me, because of you." Like that is pretty much with great power comes great responsibility. And there was probably an Uncle Ben. There was probably an Uncle Ben incident. Canon event.
Canon event.
Yeah, I mean, the emotion in this scene he did great. Like you said, his acting was fantastic here.
Yeah, I wish it was a little uglier, but
right,
it's still good.
He's also getting shot by machine gun rounds by the cops at this point. So he's got to get the fuck out of there. And Happy pulls up and he sees what's going on. And
Postman had a really good comment.
What did he say?
I'm sorry. What did I miss? This one here.
Yeah, that's the one thing that could possibly just make this even better.
I agree.
I would disagree because
probably
I feel
not
like it would
necessary,
be too.
but
It'd be hard to make that work because this is a dramatic scene and it could just come off as, well, you know what your Uncle Ben used to say, great power. Amen, good night. And then
there's something to be said that it comes from her.
Yeah, I was gonna say alternately it could just be like something like he could say just like you'll finally be with Ben or whatever. Because again, this version of Aunt May, it's like she didn't give a fuck that she had a husband before or anything like that.
Well, when you look that good and your husband is dead,
I mean,
how many men have made you squirt?
You go and fuck Happy Hogan? Is that it?
I don't even think she was married in this universe because she's seen as the way she is portrayed in Homecoming and Far From Home, she seems like a partier. So I would assume my headcanon. Yeah, my headcanon is before before Peter's parents died, she was just a party aunt, and then once his parents died, she was just like, oh wait, I gotta be I got to take this kid in.
I'm actually surprised they didn't make Ben into some kind of like deadbeat dad character or something.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
Modern cinema.
I'm so glad they didn't do Ben. Is that a hot take?
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I'd rather just leave him out of it instead of destroying his character.
Even if they brought him in, it's
smart.
like I don't care about Ben that much. I'm gonna be
After the
real.
whole Rice debacle, it's probably best just let.
Jesus. What did you say?
Uncle Ben. They got rid of
After
Uncle
the
Ben.
whole Rice debacle.
Uncle Ben.
They took Uncle Ben off the shelves.
I think
Uncle
it
Ben
hits
isn't
harder
black
too.
anymore. Yeah.
It's like every Spider-Man story, Ben isn't really a character. He's like the character that sets him on the path, but you never really have that emotional connection. And the fact that like, I feel like if you're a Spider-Man fan, you have extra emotional connection to May already. To like meld those two characters into one just hits so much harder because it feels like you've had so much more time with that character.
Yeah, and then like I was reading the comics a couple days ago. Uncle Ben's got like 2 lines, like bro. Like he is incredibly. He's not that important. You can
Uncle Ben is a plot device for Spider-Man in most
100%.
iterations.
Imagine being the actor coming in to do a reading, and they're like, we're not going to get you as Osborn, but we think you can make a good Uncle Ben. You're going to fucking die.
Yeah.
I think
you get 2 lines and then you're dead.
The best one was in the first movie, the best Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
I hated that Uncle Ben.
The old. I
thought
I liked the Uncle Ben from Into the Spider-Verse. He shows up, he says, "With great power comes great responsibility," and then he walks into the light, and we're like, "Yes, he's gone. Goodbye. See ya."
Yeah, for Tobey Maguire, Uncle Ben. I don't know.
We skipped the best shot in this movie.
What was it?
Which one?
The one where he's standing in front of the billboard.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yes,
that was good.
Iconic. But I also, this is my least favorite part of this entire movie because it's like you get, I don't know, like 18 seconds to sit with this like insanely heavy like character developing moment, and then it's like back to the quips, baby.
Like,
we gotta get back to comedy.
Hey,
like
man,
this is his moment where he contemplates who he is as a hero. Because like you have JJ, and he's just like, this is just another day of just tearing apart Spider-Man.
Yep.
And like he's all big and powerful, and like, but like to Spider-Man, like this is a big deal for him because like he failed, and like visually he is powerless because JJ is just bigger than him on the screen. Because
can you go 3 frames back to that wall?
It was a good shot. I like it.
One more.
Oh, sorry.
Look, takes up almost the whole fucking frame. He's a fucking Hawaiian roll. Okay.
At least he tastes good.
Yeah.
What you were saying about that whole scene, I agree. They don't let the stuff linger long enough now. Everything
it needs
they got to move on. It's like the whole like the Disney Marvel thing has infected all these movies.
Well, they have an hour left in the movie, and they still have to bring in the most, like, not the most important characters, but the nostalgia now. So you got to save time for that.
Which one's
Set
better?
that
They could have.
The
movie's already long enough. They could have gone another 15 or 20 seconds.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Even in the theater, it felt fucking weird to like cry at Aunt May's death, and then like literally 4 minutes later, you're cheering.
Yeah, then we get this scene where Ned's just able to use a sling ring.
I wish I could see Peter, and boom, I'm like,
and then brings the wrong Peter. It's like that's not how the magic works.
This really, in defense, this really feels like really, really late in the game. They're like, all right, we got Garfield and we got Tobey Maguire. You guys write us a scene. Some writer was like, what the fuck? Okay,
that's probably what happened.
Yeah. Like how?
Yeah,
because this is crazy. Go through a bunch of rewrites and reshoots.
Yeah,
I think so.
His suit looks so good.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
he's perfect.
The lighting on it is.
It's crazy to me that they still come in with an hour left.
Isn't that nuts? Like all this has passed by an hour and a half, right? Has passed by.
There's still an hour left.
There's still an hour left in the fucking movie.
And the 2 Spider-Man, like that's what I loved about this too, is they are not glorified cameos. They are major roles in this fucking movie.
Yes,
they shape the character.
They do, and they get enough time to to be in the movie. And then so I made this comparison that when these 2 guys came into the movie, people went nuts in the movie theater.
Oh yeah.
We had watching The Flash this past weekend, when Michael Keaton came back, I heard crickets.
Well, because you brought him back like a bitch. You brought him back like some drunk with long hair.
If they put Maguire in the trailer, there's no way that anyone would have freaked out. Like if they put them in the trailer,
100%. Yeah, but even in the cameos at the end of The Flash, there was nothing. I got nothing. And then when people were walking out of the movie, people had their heads down. They looked like they were fucking going to throw up, and they were depressed after The Flash.
Probably because it wasn't very good.
Thank you. And then after this,
after The Flash, I felt so bad. I went to eat McDonald's, and McDonald's made me feel better. Like that's how bad this.
I described The Flash like a McDonald's meal. You'll eat it and shit it out before you even get home.
Even done.
Yeah. Like, I had this like gut feeling of like weird depression. It's like I don't even care about Flash as a character, but like man, I just hated this movie so much. And then I got like a triple cheeseburger, and I was all good.
There was a part of me when he shows up. You know, and he's in there. I kept thinking, man, what are they going to do to ruin him? That was my thought in the back of my head. I've been conditioned by Disney to what are they going to do to ruin this character?
And Sony owns the property, so they
that's probably the only reason.
That's probably why with Spider-Man.
Yeah, they did not. Right. Yeah, going to the Hostman's, they didn't. The Flashpoint Paradox, so much. It's an animated movie that's an hour and 10 minutes, and does it so much better than fucking The Flash.
Yep.
So if you want to watch a real story based off the comics, that's the one to watch. So she's throwing bread at Andrew Garfield here, which, whatever. It's a funny scene, I guess. Do you have the tingle? So she just wants him to do.
She's just trying to keep it away from Ned.
Yeah, Ned, stop eating her own rolls.
Stop. Put the fucking carbs down, Ned.
Please, fucking hey.
Move. Go on a treadmill. You
Ned, calm down. Stop eating the carbs.
Why are you throwing it? Why are you throwing it?
And it's funny, his grandmother's like, can you get the cobwebs that are in the corner? And he's like, Jesus Christ. It's fine.
The Filipino grandma comes out of nowhere and tells him to clean the house.
I like this. So he was like, hey, gotta do things for grandma.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I hate these two rat kids, but I'll do stuff.
Yeah.
Weird little thing when he tries to speak with the mask in his mouth. There's just like little things that like they separate the characters enough that it just doesn't feel like they're all written as like one Peter, but like
multiple Peters.
Goddamn.
Yeah. Oh, and there's OG Peter Parker.
Oh God, this lighting. Move on. All right, thank you.
My theater cheered way louder for Andrew Garfield.
Me too. Yeah, ours too.
Me too.
I think
it seems
I
like
think it's because you know it's coming.
It seemed like Andrew enjoyed his return as Peter more.
Yes, he did. You can tell.
Yeah, like Andrew was really. It looked like he was having fun playing this role again.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's a good Spider-Man now.
Tobey Maguire's right there. Look, one more. Look at that. Look at that youth pastor. He's happy to be there.
I loved that.
I will save you.
That was a good quiz there.
So good.
Do you know Jesus Christ is your savior?
It's a very few times that movies actually give you the Peter tingles and all that, but I had them during the scene where all these people are, finally getting together.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking cool. It's the multiverse kind of done right.
And
now he's high as fuck right here. Look at him. He's high as fuck.
I said what they did with multiverse correctly in this movie too is they brought the multiverse to our world instead of sending our main character through the multiverse. Like, yes, I know, like if you're doing a multiverse story, you can't do that every time, but that's why that helps why this one worked so goddamn well.
Right.
And they do justice to the characters. Like watching fucking Professor X get his neck snapped like 8 minutes after
oh god, yeah.
It's so depressing.
Woo!
So depressing.
We love MOM.
Oh, I could fucking rant about that stupid ass scene. God.
Trash.
Hey, we need to kill Doctor Strange. Oh, Scarlet Witch is here.
Nah.
I'm gonna free you. Because everyone deserves second chances, even though you didn't do anything wrong. That was another Stephen Strange, but fuck me, whatever.
To hell with you.
And they wasted Haley Atwell and
nice.
What's his name?
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski. They just hey, let's just take these two actors that would be great for these roles in a permanent fashion. Yep, let's kill them off in the worst
possible. Literal fucking noodles.
And that's your introduction of that is no matter what your introduction of Fantastic Four to the Marvel
worst
Cinematic
part is the Sorcerer Supreme of the Illuminati. It gets literally stuck in a 2-foot trench. He just falls in there. And you never see him.
He falls in a hole. Oh shit!
You can't get out. And then they just move on.
Bro, it's crazy because in the first movie we see him, he has magic boots that lets him make weird staircases and jump places. But like, man,
yeah,
he just falls in.
Another reason to hate that.
Forget about him.
Yeah, that's how you defeat the Avengers. Let them fall in a hole.
Fall in those holes.
Oh shit. We got a hole, people.
We basically get to the point where they figure out where Peter's in his little. And this part was, another emotional scene. Friends are consoling him. Mary Jane's actually not being a bitch. It was good. It was good. And then he senses the Spider-Man. Whatever. They're up in the shadows. They come down off the building and try to talk to him. And they're trying to appeal to him, saying, "Hey, we understand what you're going through." And he's like, "I don't want to hear it. Don't fucking tell me that." Which was kind of nice.
He's like, you'd never understand. Don't tell me you could understand.
It's real emotion. Like emotion.
I liked it because Peter, up till this point, he's been told by so many people, like, "Oh, I know what you're going through." Like he's been told that.
Yeah. He's like, I'm sick
Mysterio told him that, like, "Oh, isn't it so hard being a superhero?" And then Stark said it. Probably had conversations with other superheroes. Like, this is something that he's heard, and it felt good to see Andrew and Tobey mean it sincerely.
Yeah,
like you can tell, especially with Andrew's acting, man.
He was great here.
This guy is probably the best actor in the movie. Oh, for sure.
Like,
when he says Gwen, when he says like my MJ, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, he does a good job selling.
I completely forgot those bad movies existed.
I guess he's supposed to be like the emo Spider-Man because like he brought on the tears fucking quick. He's like, I know what you're going through.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of quick, just meeting the boy.
I like how they like. Sorry, you go.
I was just saying real quick. This is another thing why why this works so goddamn well. They're not just fan service; they are integral to the story because. He can understand because he knows they understand.
Yeah, they've
literally been through this.
Yes.
So it's actually important.
I also I like the more human element of it where Andrew says like, yeah, I didn't pull my punches anymore. And it's like, oh, so that speech that Gwen gives at the end of TASM 2, it's like, oh, like he, he's losing his way.
Right.
And this movie does feel like it is Andrew's return to form, and like he's found the inspiration to be a better person.
Better Spider-Man, better person.
I like how it gives like a nice window into his character too. Like after the TASM movies, it's like you almost get like a nice glimpse into like that Rhino fight. He fucked Paul Giamatti up.
Yeah,
and he's like,
he fucked it up.
And like in his portrayal, and then he's like, yeah, I got bitter. And the way he says it, it's like, man, this guy, he regrets what he's done. And it's like it's good acting. I very much like.
And it was good that for the writing too that they actually connected those dots. You know what I mean, from the previous movie.
Right.
So it shows that they can do it when they want.
Right.
So, this is why they don't do it all the time.
I would have loved to have seen what they would have done if they could have been given another year of writing the script to just tighten this shit up.
Not pushing it through. Yeah. Probably would have been a lot better, obviously.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, despite everything, the strong portions of this movie,
they're really strong.
Really, this movie isn't. I wouldn't say this movie is good, but I really enjoy it for what it does.
Yeah,
it has a lot of high points.
Yeah. It feels like it is doing its best to respect the fandom.
Yeah.
100%.
So
100%. Yeah, this is where they get where he tells them what Aunt May said about great power and great responsibility, and they're like, oh yeah, we heard that too. Uncle Ben told us that before he died, and kind of changes Peter's attitude a little bit here because he's like, oh shit, okay, so these guys do understand what I'm going through.
And then they go to they go from Stark magic box to we can cure them with everything in a
high school
lab. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's incredibly convenient.
They also don't have anywhere else to go right now because that place is on lockdown.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man goes, I was thinking about how to cure him for a long time. That's the only explanation that you get. Like, Oh, okay.
He knows
Cool,
what to do.
Yeah, and they
I'll
only
be-
have to rip. What do they have to do? Put another thing onto Electro to depower him. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it goes
then-
fast
yeah,
the
something like
next
that.
time.
And then Osborn's mixture of whatever the fuck they
Basically,
mix
put a
in.
cell phone on him and turn on location and. Oh fuck! I'm dying now.
And then is this the part where Tobey Maguire is talking about
Oh yeah, this delivery's amazing. He's talking about Harry.
Harry. He's like,
Yeah.
I had a,
Oh
I had a
yeah,
best
this is so good.
He died
so
in my arms
good.
after he tried to
but
he tried to
it's-
kill me. It was so tragic.
It's crazy because it's like
Dad's
it's
getting
not
all
it's
worried.
funny, but like it's not accurate to the movie, like at all. Because like he doesn't die in his arms after he tried to betray you. Like he redeemed himself and fought with you and sacrificed his life.
I
to
skipped a
save
few
you.
things.
Yeah,
like,
he's
God.
condensing.
That's the only. This is like the only damaging thing to Toby's character. It's like that's not how that happened, bro.
A little foreshadowing here too, because he's like telling him I was asking about his best friend why he tried.
He's like, don't worry, this Peter won't be able to even hold you in his arms.
If it were my choice, I would have just cut this joke out from the movie.
You have to have
Yeah.
the Hulk to help
would've
me
been
pick
fun.
you up, bro.
I get
to make the Hulk. And there's some character development for MJ here, because again,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm sorry, and she's being positive for once. She's like, no,
Yeah,
this is-
he's going all emo, and she's
Yeah.
actually the one trying to pick him up
Aw.
there.
poor
Look at that,
Andrew.
Vex.
Yeah, I
That's
liked
in
Andrew
depth.
looking at him, and he's like, man.
So it must be nice having a girlfriend that isn't dead. I wish my girlfriend wasn't dead. What a loser!
Spider webs didn't help me at all.
I do really like the conversation where Toby's like, "Oh, do you have someone?" And he's like, "Well,
I don't have time for that.
this kind of job, you can't really fit that in." And then
Mhm.
Toby's like, "I wouldn't be too sure." And he's like,
Yeah,
well,
he's like,
we
As
figured
long as
out
you're
how to do
okay
it."
being cucked and just letting your girlfriend fuck all kinds of guys, like it works out.
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
fine.
I like
it does great.
complicated, but hey,
the scene was nice. I'm like, hey, I like this.
Yeah.
Very good. Why'd I go
like
Italian?
this.
I don't know why.
Until they do the meme.
I'm Mario.
Until they do the Peter meme and they all point at each other, and I was like, God damn it. It's
Yeah,
so
hey
forced.
Peter, and then it's like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I
Spider-Verse
wouldn't say
did
it's
better.
Dude, I was fine with it.
Yeah.
I would actually say that this does it better than Spider-Verse.
What?
Wow.
dude, animation gets away with so
Whoa.
much more than live action.
Man, yeah.
It just
So
does.
okay, so
It felt
in
like the
terms of
reasoning
dialogue,
in Spider-Verse made more sense to me, at least.
well, I mean, MJ is like asking a question to Peter, and she says, "Hey, Peter," and it's like, yeah,
Joker.
she's gonna say Peter, right, just out of habit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But in Spider-Verse, it's like, stop what you're doing and stop Spider-Man, and it's like, y'all are Spider-Man, Miguel.
Right.
Right. But yeah,
I like the foreshadowing here with Ned's like, I'll never turn into a supervillain and try to kill you. It's like, well, you kind of do.
I don't think
In
he'd
the
be that
comics, you
intimidating
do.
as a villain though.
No. but
Could
he
you
does.
imagine that fucking guy like log rolling around somewhere? trying to
So,
fight you?
if next movie he's
Have you
Jack,
seen this? Have you seen this dude now? He's actually jacked.
Yeah. you
No,
got skinny
I'm
as
gonna
fuck.
Google
Look
it
him
now.
up.
Yo,
He's
they're
The
like,
Rock. What's
like,
his
okay,
name?
you're gonna have to be hobgoblins, so you got to slim up, boy. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
They got him a
Yeah.
trainer.
They did. He actually. lost
Actually,
his
who would
ball.
they turn him into if he became a villain?
Yeah, what's the-
Hobgoblin, I'm pretty
Could
sure.
be
Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
In the
Who
comics.
is that? Can you
Wow, I
explain
got that right.
He's Green
He's
Goblin.
like,
though.
yes.
He's yellow.
Yeah, he's
His colors are yellow and blue.
It's just Goblin, but like
he's a
another
hobgoblin.
version.
It's a
Listen,
different version of a goblin. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not an expert. I'm just an elitist.
Yes. You're.
You can
Where's
play
your
great
movie?
dudes.
Where's your fucking movie, Andrew?
It's
Where's your-
cooking. All right.
Let it cook.
Stop being so
Go.
bad faith, Andrew. Good. goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
I am bad faith.
He could go into the rest
Fuck
of the
you,
Marvel
Andrew.
and play
Pronounce
great
it
dudes.
egg face.
To draw out the villains, he goes on the J. Jameson show where we get then we get a shot of a Statue of Liberty with Captain America's shield because they're fixing that. And basically, he calls him out, and he's
I
like,
feel
you know,
like Daredevil would have responded to this.
right?
Yeah,
That would be
yeah,
cool.
definitely.
This-
That would.
I'm like Daredevil. Number one, you're his lawyer. Number two, he's going. You don't know that other Peters exist. This does feel like something you would do to you. You need to help this kid, man. Like,
You think though? Like after you, because he would know that Peter fought Thanos, you know, and I feel like
You're right.
Matt's probably smart enough to be like,
yeah, but he lost
it's above
against
my pay
Yeah.
grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like it's like
Do we know this part here? There's a lot of interaction between the three Peters here, which I actually enjoyed this part of the movie. It was funny.
Their chemistry is amazing.
Yeah, it was great. They play off, and the thing with the back, because we know the history of Tobey Maguire's back, almost actually kicked him out of the movie. The second movie, I think, the second Spider-Man, where he fucked up his back. So it's just kind of funny. He's like, oh,
yeah, I think that was a definite call.
Yeah, I liked it. It's like just like waiting, and we're just vibing, man. This doesn't even feel like it's a break in pace. It just feels like we're vibing.
And the whole joke about how Tobey doesn't need the actual web shooters made from mechanical stuff. It's in him.
But I really enjoyed that part. They're like,
Peter's like, is that the only place?
And then they're like, do you get web block? And he's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, that was funny.
Really good.
He's like, yeah, that might be a stupid question. He's like, no, I was just thinking, I
He's
do get
like
web
breathing.
block.
It just happens.
This scene is longer in the more fun stuff.
It is.
Version.
It's more drawn.
Okay.
I recommend you see it. It's
damn. I might have to actually see it now.
Use
more fucking money.
Like credit
it's not like normal cuts where the movie's absolutely abysmal and then the next
like
cut is still abysmal. It's
poor
just like,
Andrew Maguire is just like downplaying everything because like he's like I only fought a guy in a rhinoceros suit.
Yeah,
he's on
this is where I thought they were gonna set up like where Andrew Garfield could take over for the Sony little Sinister Six verse that they want to do. Because I was like, oh, cool. Maybe he's going to be the Spider-Man to Tom Hardy's Venom.
Right.
But he said he does not want to do that.
Yeah, but there was a whole push to get him another movie after this, right?
I think he just didn't want to. And I don't blame him either because those movies are fucking terrible.
They are bad.
Wait. What? Repeat that again? He didn't want what?
He didn't want to do Spider-Man after this.
They wanted to so I think after this people loved him in this so much like let's do another movie with him.
Hold on. No.
I think he didn't trust Sony.
Yeah, he has expressed interest in being Spider-Man again, but so the second Amazing Spider-Man was 2018 if I remember correctly.
14.
It was older.
The second one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
And then when was Civil War?
Civil War is 16.
So then that means that Marvel had gotten the rights for the character to go into
Civil
their
War
universe,
in 2015.
So they ended up recasting the character anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But after this, there was a push by fans like, hey, we got to get him another movie.
Yeah, I'm saying because Sony has their own universe now, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
With Tom Hardy and Morbius.
They just make deals with Marvel to put them in the fucking
but
movies.
Hold on. The Tom Hardy version did cross over with the Disney Marvel universe.
Yeah, and then he goes right back.
He goes back.
Okay.
We don't want you.
So they're not going to touch tips at all then.
Well, he left. He came on the table, so his goo is there.
True.
He dropped his goo all over the table.
He did. He had some.
Sprayed his goo.
He's like,
oh, this is my goo. Yeah.
Yeah. He left a little bit on the table.
He was.
I feel like they're gonna drop Andrew a fat bag to get him to come back and be the Sony Spider-Man, and he'll come back for like one movie and be like, "Yeah, look, I'm handing the torch to Miles Morales."
In Spider-Man,
you got a point.
I would actually not be against that.
I would hate for Tom Holland's Spider-Man to pass the torch on to a Miles Morales because like Tom Holland's Spider-Man's like fucking 18.
Yeah.
He needs to be Spider-Man for like 15 more years, and then he'll be like, all right.
So in the Sony universe, because now that Kraven the Hunter is coming out, remember that in the beginning of Amazing Spider-Man 2, he is fighting rhinos. So is it possible we might get a cameo in Kraven?
Well, there is going to be a rhino in Kraven.
No, but I mean in Amazing Spider-Man 2, that movie opens with him fighting Rhino.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like in
rhino?
That one, he's in a rhino suit. And then in Kraven the Hunter, he's literally just going to turn into a fucking rhino.
Fair.
He's taking on the Republicans in name only.
Bagface's video today with his reaction to the trailer, there was he said there was a Spider-Man kind of reference in the movie, right? In the trailer, the Kraven. Yeah. Isn't there a bunch of spiders in one scene?
Yeah, you didn't notice that? I thought it was obvious.
I watched it on my phone on a
all the spiders are like dropping down from like the trees. He's like lying on the forest floor.
Yeah, and all the spiders are falling on.
And like every single one is a Spider-Man logo, like a perfect Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which would make sense as a tease. Yeah.
So we're having our Goodwill Hunting moment here.
Yeah,
it's not your fault.
It's not your fault. Yeah,
it's not your fault.
Poor Andrew's getting told that he's amazing, and he's like, I needed to hear that.
You're amazing.
I love that. Just that motherfucker got caught in like 4K before this movie even came out, and I just felt so good So I argued with so many goddamn nerds on the internet when they're like, "This is deep faked," and I'm like, "You guys don't understand how deep faking works. This is not fake. This is a shot." And then it was a shot, and I felt so good.
Yeah.
So
and then you had that guy that tried to make it look like a deep fake, and then he just completely did not do any of the software right. In terms
he deep faked on top of an already he deep faked Andrew's face onto Andrew's face, and he's like, "See, it's a deep
it was crazy." And then so he was like, "Oh yeah, we used AI to check his posturing and stuff." Even though the software that you can see running the AI is not working how the AI would work, and it was just like, wow,
right?
You just put pictures there.
So Ned could open holes, but he can't close the holes.
That's what she said.
Ned's
I hate. You know what? I'm a Ned hater now. I just hate how his magic works.
Thank you. See? We convinced you. We switched you.
Yeah,
no, I like him as a character, but I just hate how OP he is.
Let me have this moment, please. Yeah.
He had the thing.
He's like,
let me have this.
Let me have this. So yeah, all the villains are just culminating on the Spiderman and Spiderman, Sandman.
I was corrected that it's Spider-Man's.
Spider-Man's?
Someone corrected my grammar.
What did I say?
I was saying Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
and they're like,
That's
no,
what
it's
I said.
Spider-Man's.
I say
I'm like,
men.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
it's
was like, well,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's sounds fucking stupid. So I'm just
Was it in
Spider-Man.
chat? Did someone in chat say it? Who said it?
No, someone
You're an
regular
idiot.
in one
What
of my,
elitist told us this bullshit?
I bet he was going to fucking community college.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna burn him.
So obviously they're getting their ass kicked. I like how he's like, I thought I was Peter too, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, this. It was
Yeah,
fun.
they had to coordinate their Peters here.
Yeah, they had to put their Peters together. Peter,
Where they all start swinging.
I don't want to brag, but I was in
Peters
the
swinging into
Avengers.
each other.
And he's
Yeah.
like, "You were in the Avengers? What's that?" Because there's no Avengers in their
So
universe.
fucking-
And Toby raises his fucking voice like, "How's this fucking helping you?"
Yeah, you
Toby's
got
like-
Bully Maguire.
Yeah, Bully McGuire pulled out.
Toby's like, I have to pass some
Yeah.
gas here real quick. Hold on.
Clawed his way out.
Yeah.
They thought he could bury him.
Intrusive
Yeah,
thoughts.
no.
Oh,
So you get a cool scene here where they're all.
this is
good.
money.
Well, I can't show
So
it.
good.
Yeah,
They're
this is money.
swinging
But they all come down. It was in the trailer in the beginning of the show, and that was good. That was good. And then this is
money.
if you remember the initial trailer that came out before anybody knew they were in the movie. Do you remember seeing that when they showed the lizard getting kicked and his face moved in the trailer?
Dude just gets knocked.
It was only in the Spanish
And
trailer.
everybody's like, "Oh, I wonder who's doing that."
Yeah.
Not the force.
Oops. Yeah. Oh,
No,
God.
since he's British, there's you can't get too close to the Statue of Liberty.
right.
Because British people
Yeah.
can't touch it.
Start
Platoon
melting.
is
There's
fucked
like a
here,
force
you know?
field.
I feel
Get
like
your fucking UK hands off my statue.
just want to get Platoon on the stream for the 4th of July and just play the Patriot all day.
Oh, it might be there.
Look, you laughed again.
Guess what, Platoon? We invented freedom.
We got freedom.
You got him so good. With that.
Oh, we invented time in it. Oh, whatever.
We literally invented time.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Andrew whipped out his American dick.
I love banter with Platoon.
Oh yeah, dude.
I love banter. I don't
All
even
right,
know
let's
if
get
he
back to
likes
these
it.
swinging
I just
Peters,
like
okay.
bullying.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. There's just a lot of chaos here. The lizard goes inside the hole that Ned can't close. They're trying to get the machine to Electro, and then Doc Ock comes, and it's weird because you think what the fuck? Why is he stopping them? And then obviously he's just doing it to help.
Bro,
them.
this lighting is terrible. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And he rips his Tony Stark fucking what is that thing called that he has on his chest?
Arc reactor.
Arc reactor off of him, and he sticks him with the what did you call it, White Bear? The locator, the fucking
The
machine,
iPhone.
the iPhone,
Yeah.
You got an
GPS.
iPhone.
And then of course they get the lizard to take his stuff that makes him human.
Take-
And they all
take your
they
med.
all they all use like reshots from the original movies.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
I noticed that the
was
first time I
most
saw it.
jarring.
Yeah.
When they start
thing of them.
changing back, it's which I guess saves them money. Apparently.
Oh, and then Doctor Strange comes back.
yeah, he comes
Just
back from the
a-
Grand Canyon. Just
I
like
like how they totally shot him in a different time and
Yeah,
location than
dude.
when they were shooting the
Oh, yeah.
all three Spider-Man
100%.
together. Yeah.
You can see that. So
Bro, look at that spotlight, man.
yeah.
Man,
It's
if they
pretty-
let this movie cook, this could have
Mm.
been
Yeah.
way better.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
that
look, a
scene.
scene from Amazing Spider-Man.
look.
Amazing
1.
Spider-Man. Yeah. He even looks up for a second. Remember that scene where he realizes he killed the police captain?
Yep.
He's about to do that, and they cut right away. So obviously, yeah, that was.
And then we don't see him ever again until he just
turns.
Yeah. He's like, oh my, is it tea time?
He's like, oh, you got a good face.
Tea time.
Platoon when he's he's just sad.
Poor Platoon.
Oh, quite.
Quite. No, this is rubbish, isn't it?
I'm never gonna finish my Rings of Power.
I don't
review,
like
it.
They stole our culture, didn't they?
Oh my god.
Dawn copyright in it.
Low key, I was waiting for Jamie Foxx's teeth to spread apart again. Hoping for it, just like
hair starts thinning right there.
I love that you save a lot of poor people. I just thought you were black.
He's like, oh, I'm sorry.
This was so stupid though. Like, oh, you have to be a black kid. Like,
I know.
I mean, I feel like that's such a Jamie Foxx thing to say.
I know. Yeah. I was just like, bro, of course you just made Andrew Garfield apologize for being white. I fucking wanted to just punch myself in the face.
It took me out.
It was more just like them wanting to somehow hint at Miles.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
He's like,
they're desperate to make Miles in live action.
Oh yeah,
they're never gonna. Listen. I'm sorry, Miles
happen.
Morales in live action is never gonna compete with Spider-Verse.
Probably.
Yeah.
You cannot replicate that.
It's almost like they made a mistake making those movies too good.
Yep,
bro. This is where Doc Ock's
Lord and
like,
Miller.
No,
They cook too hard.
They cook too hard.
Let him cook. Yeah, Doc Ock's like, it's nice to see you, Peter. And Toby's like, let me fart real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You just said Peter.
Yeah, and then yeah, he's basically telling him like we're close to doing this. He's like, he went to the Grand Canyon. Like the other Spider-Man, like he could have used your help. You're in the Grand Canyon. What the fuck? And of course the Goblin comes at the very end because the whole time I'm like, where the fuck is this guy? But of course,
biding his time.
Yeah.
Hey, he's playing the smart game, letting them all wear out so I can see what they're doing.
Yeah, he's just smart dude. He throws a grenade, one of his grenades, into the box.
So good.
Andrew gets his redemption moment.
Oh yes,
I the second loudest cheer in my theater.
I think.
MJ,
100%. MJ says like, "Are you good?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah. He's like, "Are you good? Is your neck okay? It's not a little breakity or anything." She's like, "Yeah." Are you good? And he's like, "I'm okay.
I'm good.
I'm good."
Yeah, this is one of my more favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah, it was a good scene.
Yeah,
like it's nice to know that the writers actually fucking watched other movies.
The original movies,
It's
right.
So
right. That's what I was saying
like
before. Like they can do it. Why can't they do it for everything?
Because it's how many movies you'd have to watch? What, 5 movies to do this script? And if you want to do another Marvel movie, you got to watch like 27 movies.
How hard is it these days? Even
how much
to
are you
learn?
getting paid, man?
This is like
literally top of your profession. You're writing fucking Hollywood movies.
Yeah,
and how easy is
comic book movies? You should already have seen those movies.
Yeah. And how easy is it to access?
You're getting paid to watch movies.
I'm a defend writers really quick just for a sec, because like I'm assuming most of them that write these movies probably live in LA, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried to move to LA, but I tried to move to LA once. And like making $50,000 a year, you're broke. You're poor.
You
like live in
but
the
you're
forest.
not making
like,
just $50,000 to write these.
It was like 130 grand, isn't it? I think that's the top. I think the most that they make off of a multi-million-dollar movie is 130 grand to write.
Yeah, but how often are you writing screenplays too? So like, if that's
one a year.
making, okay, you wouldn't watch 5 fucking movies to make 130 grand.
I
mean, living in LA though, that's like
I get what Bagface is saying.
70 grand
is that you can't live off that. They got to have like bartending jobs and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Even in LA,
there are writers who have gone 5 years without getting picked up for a job. But that's just a problem with
the industry.
There's too many writers.
Yeah. Saturated.
Yeah, there's going to be a purge, and it's not going to be good. Writer's strike.
Then I'm not going to feel bad for people who are mediocre at the job because it just sounds like there are too many people. Which
that's
means most of them probably are not good at their job.
Yeah, hire me. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for free.
This cape here would it be strong enough to hold Ned up this long?
It breaks.
I'm just wondering. He's a big dude. So
I'm gonna guess it's made of steel.
Magic or not, I don't give a shit.
Those pants are made of Reed Richards. Look at that stretch.
This visualization of the multiverse breaking was fucking dope too. I really like this.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
It was done well.
Energy crackling. I like the subtitles.
They're all coming through, and I can't.
Now,
stop
what was
them.
what
They're
were
coming.
the figures that were coming through?
What?
Huh?
What were the figures that were coming through?
They were all like people.
I was sitting in the theater, like
Miguel O'Hara.
focusing all my autism as hard as I fucking could, trying to see every
Aren't they
character.
all villains from the other?
I saw Rhino. I saw Scorpion.
I
saw
Doc
Kraven
Ock,
too, right?
Mysterio,
Okay, I did not see that, so I was just
Kraven the Hunter's in there.
Well, you didn't have your
Yeah.
glasses on, lady. Shit.
Oh fuck!
Oh fuck! You're gonna make me
Oh
watch.
fuck! You're gonna make me see.
Then we get the fucking another great scene here.
Oh, this shot. The
Dude,
lighting.
this is so goddamn good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This whole fight.
But the
scene
only
is
problem
great.
here is that
Send me home to die.
the only problem I have with this scene was a great fight. The dialogue was great. He got punched in the face 87 times, and like not one broken fucking bone, no blood even.
Well,
It's just
The Goblin
he's
serum makes him a
superpowered, too.
superhero. Makes
Yeah.
him
I
like
get
pretty much.
that.
He's not just a
Peter.
human.
I also I
Jesus
think
Christ.
like it's somewhat supposed to be like when you think about like Andrew's line when he was like I wasn't holding punches
My
anymore. I
holding
think the
your punch.
reason Peter does so much better in this version or like this fight compared to the last one is because he's like, this isn't an old man. This guy killed my aunt, and I'm not going to hold any punches.
He's
You
gonna
see like
just
how
draw
hard he
him.
can go.
And this
then-
was great too because it
Oh.
adds again actual
Yeah,
impact.
another good
There's,
scene.
Yeah.
They are here for a reason,
They're here to
Right.
help him and help
I-
him grow. Yeah.
and
I-
he is
I
the
really like
conscience,
this.
the elder statesman Spider-Man,
Yep.
like making sure he stays doing the right
Stays on
thing.
track. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then he
Right.
gets stabbed in the back for it.
Yeah,
but,
this
you
is
know,
the Peter who lost his Norman.
Yeah,
Right.
in the same
Stabbed.
way, so beautifully
He
written,
really,
like,
really respected
yeah.
him and knew him
Yeah.
since he was a kid.
Yeah.
I loved the look at it. It was like 1,000 words in one face. It's like,
Right.
yeah, man, you
What
don't
is
want to do
happening?
this.
And that's why he's the best Spider-Man.
And also, wasn't he supposed to die? I hate the
Dude.
stab only because I think in the original script they were going to kill off Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
That would be
Oh,
fucking
God, that
crazy.
was
That'd be
I
so
know, but they
ballsy.
didn't end up doing it because they didn't want to piss anyone off. So he just gets
Well, yeah,
stabbed. and
Wise
it's like,
choice.
Because they're stupid.
Look at his face right here. Like my wife last night
Fuck.
was watching this and she goes, God, he's scary. I was like,
Yeah,
hell
he
yeah,
is.
he's scary.
So
Look at
good.
those
You don't even
crooked
need the
teeth.
mask.
No, it was great that they didn't use the mask.
Oh yeah, I'm glad
It
they
just
broke
proves
it.
they never needed the mask even 20 years ago when they
Yeah.
they did it in the original Spider-Man.
It looks like
movie.
a Power Ranger in the.
He
first
looks like a fucking goblin.
look at him.
It's fucked. Like I don't know how he does that to his face
This
because
is
his
the
face
Joker.
doesn't
Dude,
look
it's
like
wild.
that.
He looks like
It's
an
wild.
animated version of the Joker.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
In
Dude,
live
and
action,
right,
it's
oh my
crazy.
god, here when he
when it
becomes
switches?
Norman again and he
Yeah, when they stab
realizes
him,
what he's
yeah.
done,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
acting job is unreal.
What have
here.
I done?
It's so
Yeah.
convincing.
Damn, it's good.
An actor can really show every look at his eyes. Yeah, he can act with his
Fucking
fucking
good.
Yeah.
eyes.
There's like so much internal dialogue going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
fucking good.
so good.
He's like,
Here-
"Are you okay?" He's like, yeah, I've been stabbed before.
This
It's
internal
okay."
dialogue is I am dying.
He's like, I see the sky opening. Are those people? Am I dying?
I'm
And they're like, no,
paralyzed.
that's happening. That's really happening. You're okay. Yeah. Are there people in the sky? Yeah. He's like, "Yeah."
No,
this
that's normal.
this was
Don't
sad
worry.
too when he has to go. Doctor Strange has to say
Yeah.
goodbye to Peter too.
Yeah, and you can see he
Yeah.
gets emotional.
Yeah.
He starts tearing up. He's like, you know,
Benedict Cumberbatch is a great goddamn actor.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wish they would give him something with this character.
I know.
Yeah.
You know.
Doubtful.
There's so many
Everything's
things they could've
right
done in
there.
MOM.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah,
right
that
there
face,
for the taking.
yeah.
And
His best acting will always be Sherlock. So that's
Sherlock.
the imitation
you mean
game
the
was
show?
really good too.
Yeah, that
he
show
killed
was
Yeah.
that show.
it. That show was a fucking bomb.
That show was actually good.
Yeah, look at it. I mean, you
It
can
was
see it
fucking
right there.
great. It was
It's really good.
yeah.
He's really upset here that he. has
That's
to
where
say
you.
goodbye.
That's why he gets paid the money right there. With the
Mhm.
little they give him, he can give you a
He
lot.
can do. He can
Yeah.
give it to you. And then they all say goodbye. You know, the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They all say
Spider-Man.
goodbye to each other.
I didn't
What
like
we
it.
do.
You didn't like it?
What didn't
No,
you
I said I
about it?
like it.
Oh yeah, no, it was good. It was.
No,
Like
I
how you.
hated it.
What the hell's wrong
not-
with you, elitist?
It's not Into the Spider-Verse. It's terrible.
I like how he's like, you're in a lot of pain, aren't you? Oh yeah.
Oh, I got fucking snap, bro.
That was so good. And then this part was. This
Oh,
is where you
man.
get some
Oh, this
emotion.
is awful. In a good way. It's a more
Ugly?
heart wrenching.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
So
Good acting
good.
again though.
Yeah.
Holland kills the scene. I mean, he's telling him he's got to do this to save everybody,
and that he's gonna find her again.
He'll convince him. He'll convince him.
So heart-wrenching.
I liked how she says, "Well, I'll figure it out anyway." I was like, "Yeah."
Ned's like, "Oh, who's gonna give me Hawaiian bread?"
I like this scene with Ned. They do their handshake again.
Yeah. That was good. That's their thing. So it makes sense.
Time.
Yeah.
Holland's definitely carrying that shit though, because that fucking kid can't act.
He's good. Good emotional.
I saw him with a bald head. He looks like a Samoan kingpin.
Dude, he does. He's fucking weird looking with this bald head.
He does look weird.
Give him 30 years to age. Oh, kingpin right there.
Yep, kingpin.
Give him high heels too, just to make him taller. We'll be
high
fine.
heels? Oh, I thought
he's short.
Yeah, I thought you were going with like modern Gen Z. Give him high heels.
No. Oh god, I don't even think the heels could hold him. Anyway, let's move on.
Who else is going to spray their spider fluid into me? Oh wait, sorry. What?
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Whoa. All right, maybe let's not go one more day.
Let's not go there. Yeah, let's just keep going. Yeah, it was good. This is good. It's a good shot.
Yeah,
good
that
scene.
shot's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, even here, it's very well done. Yeah, it's good. And then, of course, everybody evaporates and turns into ghosts.
Is there something about like the role of Spider-Man and MJ that all major players since the first Spider-Man movie end up dating at least for a while?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
it
seems to be a trend. Yep.
It is a trend. Yeah,
they've been going for
just fans
7
like MJ
years
for
though,
some
right?
reason.
Yeah, well, and Andrew Garfield dated what's her face?
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone. Yeah, and Kirsten Dunst and Tobey Maguire dated for a while too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is where you know that the
when you can sling web like that.
Slinging web.
Yeah, so you tell that the spell worked because Jameson's like, I wish he would really identify.
And also, he's
himself.
rich now. Look at that.
Yeah,
He's
look at that. Look at that.
ripped
Nice
out.
green screen. Yeah, he's loaded.
He's looking like Jones for real.
It's all that supplement money.
Mm-hmm.
You can steal the ducks at the pond.
They're turning the people.
They're turning the frogs.
The lizards are turning British.
The lizards are gay.
The lizards are turning British.
They're turning British and telling me why She-Hulk's bad.
So yeah, this is a Christmas time. He goes into the shop and
oh man,
that guy, the old guy right behind her, that's supposed to be their stand-in for a Stan Lee cameo because Stan Lee was passed away at this point. Yeah.
That's right. Good call.
I like that.
Yeah,
And
then,
this is more sadness because
Bro,
he
I
sees
love
the wound on her head and says,
Yeah.
"Oh, I can't do this to her."
he sees them happy and
Yeah.
This to me was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, this is
that he
this is my favorite part.
sacrificed.
What growth? Yeah, he
He sacrificed it.
Finally get this from the
Like
Spider-Man.
he's just happy to see both of them gotten to MIT, and he's just like,
Yep.
yeah.
And that
I
line
can't-
she says, she says it doesn't hurt anymore, and you're like, oh god.
But then,
Oh
you know,
God,
that brings
it's
up-
like fucking
It's like,
heart-wrenching.
come
over and over.
on!
Ah.
It's such a
Better-
good scene.
Better than the
point.
end of Flash.
I won't lie though. But I was looking at those donuts.
I hate
and I was
Flash.
like,
I hate that scene.
Yeah, I know this donut
Oh,
shot
God.
was fucking
Donuts look
tasty.
fucking good. This one right behind her looks good.
I know Hobgoblin would be going fucking crazy in here. I need more,
Bro,
Peter.
I mean, he's in the room. He's probably fighting urges
She-
not to just.
She
jump
brings
out,
him
you
a
know?
donut, actually.
She does bring
In
him a
the scene,
donut.
yeah.
He's like, only one.
There was one
I
other-
need the shelf.
That's when he becomes the villain. He's like, I'm hungry.
There's one other Easter egg in that scene,
Oh,
which
go
is
ahead, Where was it?
she's wearing the necklace that Peter got her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
God
it.
damn it.
Yeah, so
Fuck.
fucking good.
Look at it. Oh, it's
So
also
good.
broken like it was in the movie.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Uh-oh.
There it
Rip.
goes. There it goes.
Copyright.
I'm gonna get copyright. I
We're
have all
done.
the fucking
End the
time.
stream.
That's
FBI.
it. I'm on Rumble too, but that doesn't mean shit. Yeah. So this is where he goes to the grave to see Aunt May, and of course Happy's there and doesn't.
Happy
Fucking
sad
sad.
though
Green
here,
screen
yeah.
makes
Yeah,
me
Happy's
want
not
to
happy.
fucking
Happy
worst
looks like he
screen.
eats some donuts himself, though.
Yeah.
Happy's gonna go get a big meal after this.
He's
scene.
sad.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
gonna go get some cheeseburgers.
Some
Listen,
cheeseburgers.
When was the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
time that man made a good movie? You know, he's probably
Iron
depressed.
Man.
Isn't he basically done with Star Wars and Disney at this point though? He's
I
fucking
think so,
sick of them.
yeah.
You know how much fucking money he made off that shit, man?
Right.
I'm done with
Bro.
that
God,
too.
Oh, he's so
ridiculous.
goddamn
Yeah.
rich.
Ridiculous.
He's like, I gave you cameos. I'm out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I came
So
up
this-
with Baby Yoda. Thank me later.
Yeah. That was a
Yeah,
good
really.
scene.
That's gonna
Bro.
set you up for
Yeah,
toys
really.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is where we finally get to see Peter go into his apartment.
Where did he get the
the
money
best.
to do any of
Oh
this?
man,
Yeah, that was my question.
I'm sure Aunt May left some sort of death policy or some shit like that, so it's not completely far-fetched.
But everyone forgot who Peter Parker is.
Yeah, he has.
So.
He has no ID that he can use anymore to receive money.
Yeah,
okay. I think y'all are taking it a little too far. I think it's just people don't.
Maybe he's taking in her short people.
Yeah, I think people just don't know him. I don't think they erased Peter Parker from existence.
If you look back at the comics in canon, actually, he got.
Actually, I don't think you understand.
Go back to the comics. You don't understand.
But you're also looking too deep into it. But you also don't understand.
So if I'm not mistaken, this is the original style suit from the old Spider-Man.
Oh, I love this scene.
This is good.
Yeah,
sorry.
this is
What were you gonna say, Sarah?
It's like shiny.
So I was just gonna keep shitting on Turner. We can move on.
Were you going to be objectively shitting on him?
Well, I was just gonna say that the movie's a masterpiece, but it's also the studio's fault while it sucks.
They were just trying to.
True.
I like
Is the director based as fuck and doesn't bend his knee to anyone?
He doesn't bend his knee. Except
I don't even think I've seen anything of Matt Watts or Jon Watts.
Move to the after credit scene.
Wait. Before we jump in,
go.
The after credits. I was just gonna say I love the moment we hit that scene where he makes his own suit and jumps out. I would realize in the theater, you're like, holy shit, they did an origin movie over 3 fucking movies. They did an origin story.
Yeah, he's returned to classic Spider-Man.
That's why that girl, Betty Brant or whatever, is going to be replacing somebody one day.
I hope they do Gwen. I want to see that.
Yeah, I want to see Gwen Stacy instead.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Also, him not deciding not to get involved with those people, with MJ and whatever. It's a good way to get rid of her.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want now.
Yeah, now they can. It's opened up. Yeah,
I know that they said that Zendaya signed on or is allegedly signed on for the 4th one. But I just hope it's that is the coffee shop that he goes to every day just to check up on her. I think that'd be pretty sweet.
I feel like they'll probably end the movie with her figuring it out.
Yeah,
you think
maybe. So? I don't know. If they have an intro scene where he just walks in and he's like, "I like coffee, please, thank you," and it's an order thing, and they know each other just because obviously he knows her, but she knows him as he comes in every day to get coffee.
He's gonna check on
it'd be nice.
Mary Jane and Ned and how many donuts he's eating that day. Does Ned have diabetes?
Yeah. Well, no, they got into MIT though, so they won't even.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, they'll be in Boston.
They could swing his ass.
So they can cut off the characters altogether. Yeah.
Well, they're going to be cutting off Ned's feet because of the beatus.
That's
how many donuts did you have in Boston?
That's what a lot of my friends are saying, because they can't stand either of those characters, and they were like, "This is the chance to deep six
to get rid of them."
Yeah.
No, I like Zendaya's Gwen.
I like Zendaya as MJ.
I think she's boring. She's boring and she looks dumb.
I like the character that they wrote.
How pretty she is.
I like the character that they wrote. I could give a fuck about.
You don't think Zendaya's pretty?
No, I think they made her look horrible in this film. She's way prettier than this film makes her.
She looks.
I was gonna say
she's teen ugly.
Yeah, in real life, she's beautiful.
I think just the actress is interchangeable pretty easily. Her acting skills were great and all that, are okay.
Just bring in Gwen Stacy. Perfect setup for it.
Yeah,
be done with it.
I'm not arguing that they keep doing this character, because if they do, it completely gets rid of the point of this
MJ
movie.
Needs to be a
joke. I'm just saying I enjoyed the time with that MJ.
I agree with you on that.
Sure you did, bro.
Listen,
character was the least bitchy version of MJ ever.
That's true.
Yeah,
and
true.
least whorish.
Yeah,
and thank God, because she's underage.
All right.
This is where we get introduced to Venom, who crashes into the MCU.
I hate how they made. God, I hate this fucking version of the character.
It was so stalled.
So wait, you gotta tell me that I talk like this and fucking.
So wait, you're gonna. I'm a meathead.
Yeah, he's learning about everything from this fucking bar. It's so stupid. I hated Venom. The Venom movies were such fucking trash.
Thank you.
Garbage.
They were so bad.
I don't understand how people like that shit.
Whatever. I don't even give a shit.
Am I missing something by not seeing them?
Don't ever watch
them.
They're
so mid. They're
what a disappointment awful. Those movies were. I mean, massive disappointment.
That second one is by I would rather watch Black Adam for the rest of my
dude. Seriously,
yeah, I totally agree with that. I'd rather watch Black fucking Adam than watch Venom 2.
Would you rather watch Flash?
Yeah. Hell
Yeah,
yes.
actually.
Oh, God.
I hated Flash, and I would rather watch it.
Which is so I haven't seen Flash yet. Which is better, Flash or Black Adam?
Black
I'd
Adam.
say
I haven't
Flash.
even seen.
I say
haven't
Flash
seen
is
Black
better.
Adam. I
It's
absolutely
marginal.
hated Flash.
It's
in-
very marginal.
Andrew
They're
went
all
in with
bad.
Andrew
fucking
went in
hated
with some
Black
sort of
Adam.
vendetta. I think.
Oh my God.
I no,
A
I
1
did
out of
not.
10.
I went
He
in.
gives it a 1 out of 10.
I didn't even give it a 1 out of 10. I gave it a 0.5.
point
I
one, yeah,
hated
that's
it
Damn.
so much.
You
Like
really
I went
hated
in, I'm like, okay, I understand. I'm gonna try to,
His review was fucking
separate the art from the artist. This is
Mhm,
not Ezra
mhm,
Miller. This is
mhm.
the Flash. And then he's just an
Wow.
annoying
See?
little prick the entire movie.
See?
And
Hot
then we get
takes.
another version of him that's more annoying. And then we have Keaton Batman who's just there to look cool. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
I do
it
not
was-
care
there was a lot
about
of
anyone in this
problems.
movie. Thank you, Flash, for killing 7 billion people.
Yeah, that was fucking funny.
Like
He's a
the only-
murderer.
the 0.5, the 0.5 that I give it is because Supergirl's hot. That's it.
Oh yeah.
I love getting these. I just opened up YouTube Studio, and the first 2 comments I see are Flash is much better than No Way Home.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, no, I swear to God,
Hi,
man, I'm looking at it
people,
right
get
here.
online all the time.
And
So my
Righteous-
comment section today said that Batman versus Superman is far better than anything Marvel has put out.
Well,
Yes.
you just don't.
Oh, I've
understand
gotten a
it.
million of
I
those.
thought you were gonna say the Flash, and I would actually.
That's just
agree with that.
BA on burner accounts in your guys' comments. Like
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Well, no,
I-
because I point out that the Flash is the best DC film we've gotten to date.
And that's going
And
to
that's
make
even-
the Snyder bots very mad.
Yeah.
the Suicide
better-
Squad's
it's-
still better, but I don't even
Yeah.
consider
Oh,
that
Suicide Squad.
DCU.
It's better than Aquaman.
Yeah, I think
like
Aquaman
it.
was garbage.
Aquaman
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, but it had like crab people.
Don't care.
That was-
Don't
You know what,
care.
you're right.
Crap people.
You're
The,
right.
the best part
I
about
like
Aquaman 1 was the the dive into the bottom of the ocean with the cool like monster sea creatures. I thought that
Yeah.
segment was cool, but that's
Mhm.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had
pretty
like the
much
big
did.
war and everything. With the
Yeah.
lobster.
No, not
guys.
that one. Not that one. There was like
Oh.
the deep creatures or whatever. that
Oh,
we see.
right. They were
Yeah.
like one of the factions, right?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
see.
and there was supposed to be a spin-off that James Wan was going to do on that, but
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there now.
So fucking stupid people are. I just decided to open up the comments. I don't know why I've been doing this past
Bro,
week.
I've been
Goddamn.
looking at my Flash comments.
Good
all day,
movie.
dude.
Stop lying. Frowny face.
That's
Well, you
like-
do make some good points.
Oh, cool.
opening
No
up comment.
contradiction
I
there.
love those.
You're dumb, but hey, you do
Like
have some
wrote
good
out the
points.
comment and continued watching your video and was like,
yeah,
fuck.
fuck.
Right.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with
See, that's
you?
when
Sometimes-
AI starts writing comments.
Sometimes reading your comments is like sniffing bad milk, a jar of milk you know is bad, and then keep
Mhm.
smelling it to see if it's bad or not, and then put,
Yeah.
you know.
So
It's
stupid.
true. It really is. But well, because sometimes you get, I mean, great people comment too that are
Mhm.
like, hey, this was very objective. I really appreciate that you put thought and time into this.
Right.
They act like I fucking pulled this 15-minute video out of my ass that took me 35 fucking hours to make. You know, like, don't get me rolling on that. I won't get me rolling on that.
Yeah, please
That's-
don't.
Sometimes
Yes, please don't. Shut up.
the
you! I wish I could mute
Somebody
you.
mute him.
I want to mute you.
sometimes the comments will have some good points too. Like I'll read a comment and go, "Huh, I didn't think of that,"
Yeah.
and then I'll go back and look at stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm the kind of
are-
person that's willing to, if I get new info, I'm willing to change my opinion on stuff.
Well, just present your fucking argument instead of
Make
just
it-
saying
yeah.
that you're stupid. You know?
Yeah, don't just be
That's
like
all.
your opinion doesn't count, person who makes a living reviewing movies.
Yeah,
Me,
I
random
understand.
YouTube commenter.
I got
My
a review on
opinion
my Little
matters
Mermaid
more.
one yesterday where it was like, "You're racist," and then their profile pic was a furry, so I just commented, "You're a furry. Opinion invalid." I'm probably gonna get banned. So
Yeah,
I had
probably.
people call
Please.
me a racist on my Little
Stop being
Mermaid video.
elitist.
I bet
Yeah,
they were
same
very
here.
white too.
But you guys are Canadians, you can't be.
That's
Well, we're
true.
obviously not fucking white is the other thing.
Right, that's what I
No.
mean. People calling you racist, they are probably
I
white.
thought being Canadian trumped that first.
Being
true.
Canadian is being racist. How about that? There you go.
There you go.
Racist against the French.
it all makes
Okay.
sense.
Meta.
Va-
I don't
va-
know.
Surprisingly, I have never been called racist.
Neither have I.
Oh,
I was called the fascist. I was called the fascist today. That was fun.
Nice.
yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
you like Trump, don't you? That's auto-fascist.
Automatically fascist.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was because you have Italian heritage.
That's the Italian thing. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
You're an original fascist.
Mussolini.
Oh no, they
Fascist.
can't do history, Shield Wall. They can't do all that.
Yeah, I know that involves actually reading.
Oh
and learning
no,
something.
fucking reading a book.
Vex, do you have trivia, my lady?
It's not Harry Potter.
I do have trivia, yeah.
Trivia.
Trivia time.
Go ahead, lady.
All right. So box office. Okay, budget was $200 million. Opened on December 17th, 2021. Domestically, the full take home was just over 840 million. Worldwide, just over 1.9 billion.
Wow, Jesus, that's ridiculous. Without China,
fucking insane amount of money.
Without
Yeah,
China.
that's actually in my trivia somewhere else about the China thing. But it
China.
stayed at it stayed at number
China.
one domestically for 5 weeks and was only knocked into number 2 by the Scream movie in January the following year.
Fuck,
It probably
Scream.
came
Really?
right back, right?
Fucking movie's garbage.
Then it went. Yeah, I was going to say, didn't it go back to
Scream
number 1?
movie at all. I didn't like.
Oh, I didn't check after it was knocked off, to be honest.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead.
I only care about how long it stays in number 1. So Tom Holland helped save this movie from cancellation by forcing renegotiations between Sony and Disney under the terms of the New Deal. Not only does Spider-Man No Way Home still take place within the MCU, but Spider-Man can also now appear in future MCU movies as well as Sony's own Spider-Man franchise.
Can I add to that?
He's
Yeah.
ballsy.
Didn't he? I'm pretty sure I've seen an interview. I don't know if it's true, but he said that he drunk called Bob Iger and was like, "Yo, get on the fucking phone. Like,
Do
get-
this.
Just like
Get on the
big
horse.
balls.
Do it.
Robert Downey Jr. would not touch Bob Iger, but like Tom Holland's like, yeah, I'm a play ball here.
Well, he is British, so
Yeah, Iger can't get to him.
yeah.
The
I'm
first trailer,
overseas, mate.
Do my fucking movie, quit.
the first trailer had become the most watched movie trailer with 355.5 million global views in its first 24 hours. This surpassed the previous record holder of Avengers Endgame in 2019, which sat at 289 million views.
Fuck.
Ooh.
That is wild.
I gotta look this up. I gotta see what it's at now.
During the final sequence, when multiple tears appear in the fabric of reality, several other classic enemies of Spider-Man can be seen waiting to enter the MCU dimension. Among them are Rhino, Kraven the Hunter, Scorpion, Mysterio, Superior Spider-Man, and Black Cat, all rumored to make future appearances in the Sonyverse.
Fuck is Superior Spider-Man?
I have no
Superior
idea.
Spider-Man is when
White
Dr.
supremacist?
Octopus took over Peter Parker's body. So
Mhm.
he was Dr. Octopus and Peter Parker's, in his
Form,
fucking body.
Yeah.
And so he was the superior Spider-Man. He wanted to be a better Spider-Man than Peter Parker was.
Such a
Did
good
he have
storyline.
Did he have the octopus arms
No,
and be Spider-Man? No. Okay.
no.
I endorse those genetics.
Thank you, Whitey.
No, I
Fuck
thought
Whitey.
he like Spider-Man, but had the robotic. arms.
It's Spider-Man.
Oh no. They so like in the
Freaky Friday
story,
situation.
Peter Parker was still
Mhm.
kind of there, like in the back of his head, like he was still existent in his body, trying to get his body back. So like it was actually kind of cool what I did read, like Dr. Octopus in Peter Parker's body, like bringing out MJ and wanted to fuck her better and everything. Like it was actually pretty.
So wait,
interesting.
was the puss in the Peter, or was the Peter in the?
The puss was in the Peter.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay,
Thanks for
so
clearing that up.
he was like trying to
I'm
whine and dine
incredibly
her and
confused.
stuff and whatever. As
Yeah, I can't remember. I
all
think
suave and
like
shit.
oh yeah, and she was just like, you're acting weird, Peter. Like that kind of story.
Interesting.
Hey, baby,
All
don't
right.
worry.
Some Black
So,
Mirror shit.
I got Riz now.
Yeah, don't worry,
The-
baby. I got that nerd riz.
Nerd Riz.
I hate that word.
Riz. You don't
What
like
is
Riz?
Riz?
It's
Charisma.
like game. It's like,
Riz.
oh, I can.
Gotcha.
I got
I'm
that
Better
game
than
waving
calling
at
a
you
hot
in
dog a
goofy speak.
glizzy.
I had to look that shit up because I'm old.
That's fucking stupid, and I hate you.
So
Carry on.
early drafts of this film focused on Peter's galactic adventures with a character based in space, probably the Skrulls or Captain Marvel, as hinted in the
thank
post-credit
God.
scene of
So
Far
bad.
From Home.
There is
Um,
a
how-
god.
However, that storyline was
Oh,
dropped in
thank
favor
you.
of setting up Secret Invasion, and a completely new script was written after a new deal between Sony and Disney formed in 2019.
I'm glad Secret Invasion's starting off so well.
Oh, I heard that show is getting savage.
It's getting roasted.
Oh, that means I'm probably going to review it now.
Wait, Secret Invasion.
There you go.
Yeah, I gotta watch that thing. I'm supposed to.
Wait, it's out?
Of the Empire's.
It's
channel.
coming out Wednesday.
Oh,
I still feel like
it's
it's
out.
gonna
I
be
thought I
good.
missed it. I'm like, dang.
It's only
Yeah.
episode
All the
one
complaints
drops
are like,
Wednesday.
it's not funny. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you
What?
want that shit to
Those
be
are the
funny?
complaints?
Wait, it sounds
Yeah.
like it's gonna be good. Hold up.
Yeah.
This film became Sony's highest grossing film in history, earning $1.6 billion in its first 11 days.
Oh.
GG.
Oh.
See what happens when you give the fans what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah, just wait for that Tony Stark return. That shit's
Imagine
gonna be
how much
bags.
money they would have made if they would have had Han, Luke, and Leia in the same scene, and they didn't cuck anybody, make him a deadbeat dad, or a Mary Sue, or any of that.
Imagine if DC was good. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Just
It'd be
imagine.
rolling. Dude, I saw it's Man of Steel turned 10 years old, and look what they've accomplished.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely
Nothing.
nothing.
Ruined a
Nothing.
man's career.
I mean, they tanked an entire brand. That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Right.
Yeah.
If they would have done these franchises right, they could have funded their own country with the
Yeah.
amount
Yep.
of money they have.
But
They're
no,
making more than
they left
some
it up
countries
to
do.
one man's vision.
We just don't understand their vision.
True.
No, the studio fucked it up, you guys.
True.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad because of the studio, but also it's really good. But also the studio that made this decision. That's bad.
But also,
I mean-
he's based as fuck and doesn't bend to anyone.
Even though he did. But the studio made him do it.
Yeah.
The
Studio
studio
wanna
made him
make
bend
money.
the knee.
They
But he
like
doesn't
to
bend the
make
knee to
money.
anybody.
So, the actress who played Morgan Stark in Avengers Endgame reportedly had a small role in this film, but it was cut in the final production as Sony was trying to actively keep Spider-Man free of any Stark influence.
Thank God.
Thank you.
I
Call.
I
Besides
did not
some
want to
smart
see
bullshit
I did
behind
not
That
it.
want to
works. Yeah, that works.
Morgan Stark is played by the chick from 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, really?
Thank God.
No, it
Yeah.
was the baby version. It was like because the little girl was on the red carpet. She's still like 8.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A couple
wait a
other
minute.
cameos that were planned as well. There were plans to bring back Kirsten Dunst and Emma Stone, along with Rosemary Harris and Sally Field, who were the two other Aunt Mays.
Mm-hmm.
But due to COVID, all of those and Stone's pregnancy, those plans fell through.
I think they could do that. It would be really hard though,
Yeah.
and the script would have to be really tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have
Hard
worked.
and time.
Because like with this, you introduce three new Spider-Man or 2 new Spider-Man, and we've already got a bunch of holes here.
Spider-Man's. It's Spider-Man's.
What would they do in the plot? That's the
That's the
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
there was
Well,
already-
Gwen. Oh, what if they brought Spider-Gwen? Yo, that'd be sick. That'd be dope.
This
I could hear
motherfucker-
his mustache tingling.
He's
at the
like,
thought of it.
oh, man, that would be amazing.
So due to a pending sexual harassment lawsuit at the time, James Franco was also unavailable to reprise his role as Harry Osborn.
That
James?
classic 2018 shit.
Those damn sexual harassment lawsuits.
James. They
The
brought back
original,
Ezra Miller, but no,
if he were able
Yeah,
to come
right.
back,
they banned that
if
guy.
he were
Sorry.
able to come back, the original plan for
Right.
this film was it to be the first adaptation to feature a team that was a homage to the Sinister Six, with the new Goblin or Franco being the 6th member.
Have 2 goblins? That would have sucked ass.
Yeah, that would have been.
No, I'm
ass.
glad they-
Bro,
I'm
I
glad
would
they-
have
I'm glad
loved
they
it.
didn't
No,
do
no,
that.
no. They could do it where it's Norman just making fun of his son and bullying him. Just look at you. You loser. You have what are you? Are you like on a, is that a hockey mask? What are you wearing, boy?
You're not my son.
Whatever, you
Those
got
hockey
diabetes.
They have like a Homelander and have like a Homelander moment where it's like, you're pathetic. And he's like, no, I'm the upgrade. They just do that.
So this film is the 4th to earn $1 billion worldwide without being released in China. The first 3 films are Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, The Dark Knight, and Joker. The
Joker
5th
wasn't
is
released in China?
No, it wasn't. The 5th is Top Gun Maverick on that
That makes
list.
sense. That makes sense.
I wonder why. What's offensive about Joker to the Chinese?
So if I
He's
remember
white.
correctly, it was all the darker and kind of like suicide and mental
Society.
health stuff that was
A lot of
shoved
the
in
like
there.
Too relatable to
society
the
stuff.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
He made people uprise against the government. I don't think
Yeah, not a good look.
I don't think
Especially
China
after
doesn't like
COVID,
that. Doesn't like it.
We don't like China.
China.
They didn't want to see a bunch of their citizens running around in clown masks.
Oh yeah, overthrowing government or some shit like that.
Yeah, you can't have any of that stuff.
There was an uproar.
This film was shot over a period of 2 months, and the scenes with just the 3 Peter Parkers only took 2 weeks.
Fuck.
It's pretty quick.
That's some hustle.
Those are some professional.
That's a lot of blue screen.
I think
it shows.
I think that they had that part of the script pretty well locked down before most of this other stuff.
Most of the stuff happened,
for the most part, or at least like good chunks of it, because it's so that part is so good compared to the rest of the story.
The fact that he filmed this major motion picture in 3 months.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
Big budget like that. Yeah.
And in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
Well, like we were saying earlier, was that like they gave so much responsibility to the VFX departments, and it does show. Like, let's get this filmed and get it the fuck
get
out
it done.
Here. Yeah.
It seems like they actually listened to their VFX supervisor though, because like you can tell when they're in the post area of the movies, and they're like, change this. Why don't you change? We're gonna add this character, and like it felt like this was cohesive enough.
Everything was green screen though. Like whenever they were outside, any outdoor shot, most indoor shots were green screen. It's crazy.
Right.
Calm down, Vex.
Not as crazy as what just happened above
my
me.
cats.
Somebody mute her cat.
Wish I could fucking
How
mute
dare you?
Adam Gray. I'm an Avatar 2 defender. Sorry, I know I'm the only one here, but
God,
Yeah, you are.
who invited that guy? Can we mute him?
Let's get him out of the stream.
Where's the bag?
I wish I could fucking mute you.
Yeah, put the bag over your face.
All right, last piece of trivia. Last piece. Okay, so the writers McKenna and Sommers began working on the script in December 2019. They considered featuring Kraven the Hunter as the film's antagonist, an idea that director Jon Watts had expressed interest in and pitched to Tom Holland before gravitating towards a story idea similar to It's a Wonderful Life, in which Parker makes a wish regarding his now public identity. That idea introduced Dr. Stephen Strange to the story, and the duo began exploring the idea of the multiverse and potentially revisiting characters from past Spider-Man films. Initially, they thought that this would just be a tease for fans, but they ultimately decided to fully integrate the past characters into the plot. Sommers said, quote, "Once it was collectively decided that we were going to take this swing, we had to commit and we had to do what was right for the story." They also optimistically wrote for all the characters they wanted in the film before those actors were confirmed to be returning. Initial drafts of the film included every major character from past Spider-Man films returning, but this was narrowed down because the pair felt that they had bitten off more than they could chew. They also worked hard to prevent the film from just being a bunch of fan service by using the returning characters to help Peter Parker's story instead of just creating curtain calls for everyone.
Wow.
Yeah. See, in that part you can tell. I think.
That all the trivia you said?
That's all the trivia I've got.
Great job as always, Vex. You're just a pleasure.
I literally just copy and paste this shit.
Listen, just take the fucking compliment.
Let's go to IMDb.
You read good.
You are a wonderful. The voice. Just got the
read.
voice for it.
Thank you.
Thank
The
you.
way you talk.
Actually,
Now I'm
Like
gonna I know that Movie Cynic doesn't like to give ratings, but I'm going to force him to give a rating for this movie. If you had to give a number rating, what would you give?
Damn, that's a tough one.
That's why I'm asking you first.
I will. Plot holes are unignorable. You can't ignore them. The VFX are really great at moments, really bad at moments. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Solid.
7 out of 10.
Run. Shield Wall, what about you, buddy?
So, you just to reiterate, my rating system is: will I see it again, and how soon again will I see it? Do I want to run right out and go pay money for it to see it again in the theater, or will I wait for it to come out on DVD or on streaming? This one is if I don't see it for 2 or 3 years, I'm good. That doesn't mean it's a bad movie. It's just it doesn't draw me in to where I want to see it over and over again. As a rating, I give it a 7 out of 10. I think those ending parts, when he decides to not let MJ and the fat kid know who he is.
Fat kid, donut boy.
Yeah. To me, that was the most powerful part in the whole movie.
Yeah.
That he made that choice. That showed that he's ready to move on he's an adult. He's willing to sacrifice the most important things in his life for what he's going to be doing. And so that right there is why it's a 7 out of 10 for me. It has a lot of plot holes and other things wrong with it, but it's still a good movie. I recommend people to see it. It's just by my rewatchability rating, it's not something that I'm excited to see again very soon. Yep.
Bagface, you like Avatar, so should I even let you fucking talk anymore? All right, go ahead, buddy. I'm just giving you shit.
So like the first time I saw this movie, it was like I talked about this on B-Sub, but like I got canceled and I lost all my friends and all my shit, and like I kind of it's weird. Like I kind of reflect myself a lot in like the character and the arc that Peter has in this, because I took a big fat L so that my friends could not take a big fat L. So this movie always has like a weird, like, you know, when you see a movie at a certain time and it's way better than it should be, and it'll always kind of connect you to that time. So like I'm gonna give it an 8, just based off of when it happened in my life.
You're not gonna go on a Twitter tirade because one of us fucking rates it 3 out of 10,
are you gonna just say your life's ruined because you were on our show?
Oh no, I'll just say you're objectively wrong.
Bro, can I talk about that for a second? Oh my god, that entire bro, Twitter is crazy.
You're gonna ruin my career as a writer because you made me look like a fucking idiot because I couldn't take L's properly.
Proceeds to make himself look like a fucking idiot the next 4 days.
And then proceeds to make himself look like an ass.
Yeah.
Bro, women like. He didn't even have to treat it like an L. It's just be like, hey, man, that's your opinion. My opinion's this.
Well, no, the biggest problem with that was like you would have gained way more respect as a writer if you could have admitted that there are objective plot holes in movies that we're discussing and be like, yeah, but I think this is strong here, and I feel like that makes up for it, etc., etc. Like, don't sit here and tell me that this movie's flawless, and also if you point out objective issues, you're wrong because it's subjective. It's the most fucking asinine way to critique anything I've ever heard in my life.
That guy's editor has the worst fucking job.
Oh, I'm sure that guy that guy is like on suicide watch anytime he
I agree. I'm just thinking at the minimum that's how he should have treated it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Hey, you know what I mean? It was like, hey,
well, the Man of Steel trailer, he was actually fine, right? I mean, there was some disagreement, but it was cordial at the end. And BVS, he felt like he was being ganged up on, but I brought an ally for him.
But he ended things with Cynic on good terms during the Man of Steel thing. But
he was great at the end.
I think it was because he started getting personal, and I did too, and I reeled it in. And Platoon,
you apologize. I mean, you apologize, but Platoon just went fucking crazy
and said "fuck off." And
he was mad.
I did. Dude, I never went that far on Man of Steel.
Dude, I felt like his sidekick. I was like, the American and the British reunite for World War III.
Allies once again.
Even after he called Cynic, endorsing rape culture.
Yeah.
I wanted to fucking reach through the screen and slap him like a bitch. You're like, yeah, okay, buddy. Like you're literally telling me I endorse rape culture because I'm saying that. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a fun,
so fucking ridiculous.
We're gonna revisit that stream again someday and go over. Andrew, what about you, buddy? What about your rating for this? It's not Spider-Verse, but Jesus Christ, give me a rating.
So a good movie. I like it. Very enjoyable. It has probably the highest highs for Spider-Man as a character and like the mythos behind it.
Spider-Man.
But in terms of plot writing, it's pretty bad. In terms of world building, it's pretty bad. Character assassination, it's pretty good at that for some of them. And then like just this movie is kind of a death by 1,000 cuts for me. I like, man, like the CGI is like, it's while the cinematography is good at points, color grading and combined with that, it can be pretty bland sometimes. I think as much as I enjoy it, it might be getting a 4. Wrong.
That's fucking crazy.
I hate your face and your stupid ginger hair.
That's
Goodbye.
crazy.
I'm not ginger.
You elitist community college asshole. God.
I'm sorry, but it has. I didn't
This is
even
what
point
film
out like
school
a lot of
does to
issues.
you.
I'm
Like,
sorry, you're talking over me tweeting right now. His mustache is alive.
I mean, all right. Hey, if he wants to give it, it's his opinion. We'll just
I
give him
think
shit
I'm gonna go
for the
with
rest of
4.
it.
This
Holy
movie's a
shit.
fail for you. Then it's not even like a
Literal
Like a
pass.
6, at least a 6
I
would be
think
like,
it's-
oh, it's okay. Give it
I
a
think
6.
Can I
I
get you to
enjoy it a
4.5?
lot, but I think it's like
Give it a
everything
4.5.
around it just sucks. Like
Fair.
it has like the good moments are good, but everything around those good moments is just like classic
Alright.
Phase 4.
So are you
bad.
like grading it on objective standards and not like,
Oh,
oh,
God,
they
here we
actually
go
do
again.
this really well?
Here
And
we go.
like you're even saying you enjoy the movie.
I'm
Mhm.
basing it off of as objective as I can be, which is
Alright.
probably like a 4.
Interesting.
But I like in terms of rewatchability, I love this movie. It's
That's
just, like,
fucking. That's such a crazy
lot of-
way to rate a movie.
Well, he's kind of a fucking elitist. I mean, did you not see the community college part?
I might.
Yeah.
Did you not see the school he
Tune
goes to,
out.
bro?
It's fucking, it's
I
that.
don't know, it's like it's pretty bad. Like
Oh man, I'm gonna
Andrew.
review Across the Spider-Verse like a fucking asshole.
It's a
now.
3.
I
Andrew.
cannot wait to sit
3.
there. I'm gonna watch it like fucking Mauler and just enjoy that movie, dude. Like,
don't even get me
oh,
into
man.
Mahler's
Yeah,
criticisms.
Across the Spider-Verse was really good, but objectively, it's a fucking asshole. 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna give it a 1 rating.
all kinds of
I like
plot
this
holes.
movie. It's
Reasons.
just it's not that good. I don't
Alright,
think
if
it
he
aged
wants
well.
to give it a 10, he can give it. He can give it a 4 out of 10.
No, you can give it whatever you want. That's
Yeah. I'm gonna
I
shit on
still
you
think
later
it's
for it.
wild.
Oh,
but
I
it's
can
crazy.
I can see that, Andrew. Because
Wow, finally, I have someone on my side.
I'm like, well, no, I can see how
paid
you
him to say
got to that where you it has a lot of problems, but you would like to see it again. I think that it's a well-constructed movie that has some good points, but I don't want to see it again for like 3 years. So it's kind of flip-flopped a little bit, I think.
It's been almost 3 years, by the way. Since this came
So
out.
you're getting up there.
Yeah, but I
Um,
just recently watched it, so
Gotcha.
All right, Vex. What about you?
I give this 5.5 Peters touching Peters out of 10.
Jesus, 5 and a
No,
Okay.
you know what, Andrew?
Fair.
Andrew makes some good points.
he
Like
does.
when it hits well, it hits
It does
really
great.
well. Like there's a lot of things the film does good, but everything outside of that is really sloppy. I'm just, and the rewatchability is really not here. Is the other big thing. Like this is really a one pump and dump movie. So
Yeah,
Okay.
like the magic doesn't make sense. It don't work at all.
Oh,
And
that
then,
Yeah,
part is fucking
I
stupid.
don't like
the
most
thing
of the
that bothered
humor
me is
because
like, sorry,
no, go ahead.
No, don't
like
be sorry.
like the magic doesn't work. Especially in the end where it's like, oh, did Peter just make the Peters forget that they're Peter, aka Spider-Man, or did they make their MJs forget that they're Peter? It's like, if you ask questions, like this could be a really big issue.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, you have Green Goblin bombing a bridge, and MJ is sitting there making a joke. Maybe you should ask, please. It's like, please, soldier up, get in the game. Like, come on, we gotta save people.
yeah,
no,
this movie's a little bit too Gen Z, and I think that's what
There's a
really
lot of
also
that in the
brings
first
it down.
one.
Yeah, and
Why-
it doesn't really bring a whole lot of fresh dialogue in terms of the comedic relief
some
is the other
problems with it.
issue.
Yeah.
So, but again, like when it does well, it really does well. I think in terms of having
It's
a
not enough.
multiverse crossover, like how they incorporated the 3 Peters, I think it works extremely well. Like they did a bang on job there.
They bang on those Peters, baby.
Oh yeah.
Dang
Oh.
it, Peter.
White Bear. Are you alive, White Bear? Oh, there you are. Oh, he's smoking. You fucking sick bastard.
You wouldn't get it.
Go ahead, White Bear. What's your rating on the Peters?
Now, keep in mind, at first when I saw this, I would have only given it a 7 because I was at in a Nashville theater, Regal. It was big, big image and all that, and I had to see the Ned's chin in that high definition and that many, But and I fucking hate Nashville. But
I live in Nashville, you bitch.
I know you're a bitch for living there, you bitch. You know you hate the traffic too.
The traffic is absolute dog shit.
Yeah, you stay in your house.
No,
That's
Nashville
what you
traffic's
do.
the worst in the country. It's fucking terrible.
Get shit Uber to your house, whatever. Okay, so but after rewatching it, like I had to watch it and then end up watching it with my wife and then watch it for the review and then we watched it technically here and all that. And I just appreciate it more every time. So I'm gonna have to give it 7.5 out of 8.
You're really rating this better than fucking Old Boy. Is that what's happening right
now?
God,
don't fucking boy, you squid eating bitch. I love you, but
squid eating bitch.
Here we fucking
squid eating bitch. But the member berries for once got me.
Smoked.
So I'm gonna have to totally disagree with Andrew's stash. But
listen, let me be clear. I only wear this to make myself look older.
That's fucking.
But
hilarious.
right. No, elitist aside, So, what about you, buddy?
I rewatched this now a few times this weekend with my kid and my wife. I did not like it as much as I remember. I think I've told this, but I hated the first half of this movie. I not that I hated it. I just did not like it.
Definitely breaks its neck on entry.
Yeah, and again, that switch comes when obviously the Green Goblin and Peter, that whole scene, it just changes the whole tone of the movie. It gets better. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. No, let me change it. I'd smash Aunt May's out of 10 because it does enough things right to say it's a decent movie, but the nostalgia is not enough. I think Andrew hit some good points. All of you guys hit some good points that I agree with, but I'd say 6, and which is a decent score. It's not terrible. I don't know if I'd rewatch it again unless I had to be honest, but my kid likes it. She loves Andrew Garfield, so whatever. She has it available anytime she wants. So, yeah, that was good. So, yeah, I'd say 6 out of 10 for me. It's solid, but yeah, there's a lot of issues with this fucking movie.
Varying ratings.
Yes, But we're all elitists here.
But either way, it made a fuck ton of movie. I mean, it made a fuck ton of money.
It made them all. Yeah, it did what it had to.
It is a W.
And it set a better standard than a lot of movies.
Compared to The Flash, it's a fucking masterpiece.
Oh my god!
I mean, best of Phase 4 or no?
Oh, by far.
Oh, probably.
Of what I've seen, yes.
I'm not saying that money equates quality, but I'm just but the on the other side, like I said, it's still better than what we're getting today.
I would agree with Cynic though. I'd say it's out of the whole Phase 4, it's probably the best thing they've done. Yes, which isn't saying much.
It's no Avatar 2, but
Jesus.
Oh,
Christ. Fucking whale jizz in that fucking movie's retarded. Yeah, so that's basically it for this show. You guys,
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, Shiva. Go ahead.
The poll. How'd the poll do?
Oh, the poll. Yeah, I put the poll up. That would you smash Aunt May? And let me pull that up here real quick. Basically, there was a lot of votes, and most people said yes.
Yes,
I was pro Smasher. Smash.
So 80%. It was 80% said smash. 20 said no. So I don't know who the 20.
I'm definitely not anti-smash.
Chat.
Probably just weird.
Oh, I voted no. I would not smash Aunt May.
Yeah, see what I tell you. And it makes sense.
What is
I
that?
Well, also just because I know that Marisa Tomei has been around the block in real life as well. So
that's your purity test.
Yeah,
there's so many skanky girls that you said that.
If I'm going to be throwing my hot dog down a hallway, I want those chords.
Wow.
But see, I was reading it as the character Aunt May and not.
Yeah, not Marisa Tomei.
Then same deal because this Aunt May clearly just likes to hoe about. So.
Oh well, I mean,
it is modern.
You're gonna hook up then if you take her out. So.
There's more holes than just never mind.
Yeah. You'd be like, I bought you pizza.
Yeah.
Hey, I can say no to that.
So basically, that's it. Episode 27 was a fucking smash. The chat was great. Let's get these people going with their shout outs. Shield Wall, I don't know where for any other shows you're going to be on, but let us know.
Thursday, I'm going to be on Roman of the Empire show, and we're going to be talking about Secret Invasion. If I watch it before that.
If I watch it.
Well, and I plan on watching it. And also tomorrow night at 6, Mountain Time, I'm going to be on Jacob Ironsides, and we're going to be talking about Last of the Mohicans, the 92 one. So
good movie. Good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
So that's going to be.
I have one major problem with that movie, and it's the fucking love story. I hated it. Hated it.
You hate all the love stories, dude.
It's just I understand why they threw it in, but it's fucking stupid. It makes no.
See, we got to review the Lake House now, just to get all that hate out of it.
I gotta do this for you, just to get you off the Lake House. I'll do it for you, Vex.
Yeah.
I will do this on my channel to make you happy because you do so much for me.
Right.
So that would be my gift to you.
And then on Sunday, I'm going to be on Comics and Cosmetics. We're going to be doing it like it's called the Small Council. It's going to be like this thing we're doing with, come on, my brain is freezing right now. Ned Stark, that whole thing.
Nice.
Game of Thrones. We're going to be doing like a Game of Thrones thing.
Nice.
We're going to be reviewing an episode
Nice.
there. So hopefully it'll be cool. There's going to be like costumes and all kinds of stuff. I mean, obviously I'll just have to change my
Avatar.
my little avatar, but
Game of
it'll
Thrones
work
Avatar.
out.
Cool.
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for having me on.
Of course, dude.
Great.
Anytime.
And,
Yeah.
it's great.
Awesome.
Being on here with everybody. Bagface, seeing him. Hopefully he moves out of his Russian apartment here soon.
The Russian gulag jail.
Yeah.
That's what they all look like in Canada. We're
He's actually not wrong.
lighting.
That's literally how all the new apartments look.
They just like to
it's
keep
crazy.
you down as much as they can.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right. Cool. Yep.
Yeah. Movie Cynic. What do you have? Like 18 streams next week and more movies?
No, I'm not doing any streams except Beast Up and maybe Mr. Brown, but
Nice.
I have a shit ton of stuff to do. I have a review of the Jennifer Lawrence movie No Hard Feelings coming up. We'll be reviewing Secret Invasion Episode 1, going back and reviewing Across the Spider-Verse, Indiana Jones 5 after that, and then a long-ass video essay on the collapse of the Disney empire. And that's going to be over the next 2 weeks.
Nice.
No
Very
Craven the Hunter trailer reaction in there.
I don't know, man. There's like so much to fucking do.
I feel you.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll know when it happens. Bagface, what about you, buddy?
I put up a Craven reaction today, so that's hanging out on my channel. I was in the middle of writing my Extraction 2 script, and that shit came out, so I stopped doing that and did a nice reaction. But I should have my Extraction video out. What day is it today? Oh my god,
It's Monday.
Monday. Yeah, that shit'll be out probably Wednesday or tomorrow. And then I'll have a breakdown or a review of Secret Invasion out on Friday morning. And then Indiana Jones the week after.
Jeez, busy.
Yeah, and I'm going to a wedding this weekend. So
Oh my god! And you're moving next week, you said.
Oh,
so.
you're
yeah, and I move the end of next week, so it's gonna be fun.
My goodness.
Busy week. Busy time. Andrew, any more Spider-Verse reviews or
I'm still chipping away at it a bit, but I might do Secret Invasion. I don't even know if I care.
yeah,
I might just make one video saying it's out and I don't care, and then the video ends. But it depends on how good or bad it is, or if it's polarizing or not. Other than that, I'll be here for Indy 5. So that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, that movie, I'm very scared.
I'm excited.
Oh, it's gonna be
Just
terrible.
rip it
You
apart.
know it.
Yeah. But it'll be fun.
Wait, we got to do Indy 5.
No, it's out next week.
It's out next week.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa,
Whitey,
reviewing that shit.
Whitey, put the cocaine down. Put the white
Oh,
stuff
God.
down. Put the white.
Whitey's background is literally his brain right now.
Vex, do I even have to ask, or are you just gonna?
Did you just drink soy sauce,
It
Whitey?
was the soy sauce.
What are you
bottle.
doing?
What are you doing, bro?
I gotta wake up.
But it looked like it was the low sodium kind.
Fair enough.
Low-key- what the fuck are you
Oh, that's
doing?
oyster sauce he's drinking now.
Oh, you are just fucking full of surprises, white bear.
Oh, it's steak sauce. All right.
My Flash review dropped on the second channel earlier today, so you can check that out if you're interested. I'm I know I'd like to do a Kraven the Hunter reaction, but I don't have fucking time to do that really. So it'll just be really late if I end up doing it, which I don't want to even bother then. I don't know. We'll see how Secret Invasion goes. Maybe I'll give that a crack depending on how that first episode is. But other than that, I will be reviewing Indiana Jones 5. I am taking the day off of work to watch and script that fucking video. So that'll for sure be out July 2nd.
Sweet.
Yeah.
White Bear, you're going to drink some oyster sauce and play with your chickens?
No. Well, actually, this week you can come over to my channel and see me playing with my cucumber plants, and I will show you how to grow them from either pots or in the regular, garden, typical soil setup and all that.
Nice.
So I should have a couple videos out on that this week coming out.
Nice. Homesteading. Love it. Good stuff there. Check it out. And then for me, God, I don't know. I might do a Kraven reaction because it was pretty interesting. May or may not watch Indiana Jones and do a review on that. I have no idea. I'm so on the fence because that movie just going to be fucking awful. And yeah, next Monday we are doing Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Oh fuck! I got to watch all the Indiana Jones movies.
You don't have to watch all
next
of
week.
them. And then we do have a special guest next week. We have the uninspired reviewer coming on our show.
Ooh. Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Yeah, that's basically it. So I know these guys are tired. It's been a long night. I do appreciate, of course, everybody coming on, all of our guests, Cynic, Bagface, Andrew, and Shieldwall. Thank you so much again. It's always a pleasure doing this with you.
Awesome. Thanks.
And we're going to check out. Thank you, chat. You're on fire. And we'll see you next time.
Waka waka, bitches.
Bye.